Hey, Alenka, guess what?
What?
We got a new theme song!
What's that movie that a holiday hit? Don't ask Alenka, she'll say I haven't seen it.
Welcome to the Haven't Seen It podcast. This is the podcast where we bring people on the show and we get them really drunk and they tell me about a movie that I've never seen before. I'm Alenka Zach.
And I'm Will.
And you guys, today's December 1st. It's officially snow season.
Yeah, although I don't know if it's snowing. I don't know.
Don't tell me what I know and what I don't know, because it's very little amounts of everything. But you guys, today it's officially December, and that means we're going to get into a little bit more of a festive fucking tude. But before we get into that, let's get into our fucking guest.
Yeah, that is...
Wait, not like that.
I don't want to introduce it that way.
I'm sorry.
I'm married.
Oh, well, it's too late now. You heard her voice on our first inaugural holiday movie month episode. We have the wonderful host of the Ongoing Comics Discussion Podcast, a podcast on the Brain Freeze Network, our family, Tess Llanos.
That's
Welcome
me.
to the show. Yay.
Hey fam, what's up?
Hey.
Oh, it's fam. I like that. We're the fam.
Fam.
We are.
Hall of Fam.
We're a big freezing family, cold family.
Yeah.
Freezing. Like the snow
Although
outside.
Not cold where you are, I'm guessing.
Does it
No.
snow where you are?
No, we just wish it does. We have a lot of fake snow over here.
Oh, really?
Like Disneyland's like fake snow and the kids are like, woo! But that's about
I'm
it.
so jealous. I love not being cold.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
this has been a theme, actually. This is our fourth American in a row on this
Holy
show.
shit.
Wow. I'm
Yeah,
so
we're
honored.
Yeah.
diversifying. Number 4.
Honestly,
number four.
after
Number
the
four.
month that was November, I think we just want to give love to our American families there.
We need love.
We're just bringing them
Yeah.
on the show and
We need so much
Yeah.
love.
giving them
We're
some.
supporting you guys, even though we're
Yeah.
pretty much in the same, not as bad, but in the same kind of boat anyways.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo! Yeah, totally. Canadians are the reason why I have work. Actually,
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
because I work in entertainment, and all the shows that we need to work on are filmed in Canada. So, and Canada has their shit together. So,
Yeah. 'Cause it's
Relatively
cheaper.
so, yeah. We kind of do, I guess.
Mm. I think, and that's how Canadian actors get work, is all these American production companies come in
Yeah.
and they're required to hire a certain amount of Canadian actors.
Yeah.
oh my
And that's
god,
how they get work.
I wish that was
Lucky
a thing.
us.
Are you Canadian? Is that what you guys say? You guys Canadians?
Yep.
We're
Canadians.
Canadians.
Cannons.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, funny enough,
Sometimes.
where you are is one half of the location of the movie we're talking about. What movie are we talking about, Tess?
Oh, you guys, we're just talking about insert year of movie here's The Holiday.
2006 is the holiday. Yeah.
Yay!
I
How old were
don't
you guys
know.
in 2006?
What the
Oh
fuck?
my
I have to
God.
math right now?
That wasn't in the
1993
contract.
was when I was born. So somebody else do that math.
Okay, I graduated high school in 2009.
I was 16. No, I was 13.
So I
don't know.
was
I don't remember.
14, 15.
No, couldn't be. Am I?
Wait, what
Yes.
year were you guys born?
2006?
I'm
93.
You were born in
91.
2006? What?
No, I was born in 93.
And I'm
Okay,
91.
So you'd be 13, and then you'd be 15, and I'm 16. I was 16.
Ooh,
Okay.
Woo.
little 90 baby there.
So-
90s.
That's
All
fantastic.
90s.
We were all in
Or
high
you 89?
school-ish. No, it was 90s.
I had just started
90.
high school. That sweet,
Um,
sweet year.
Bum, bum, bum.
Or just about to, I guess. I think I
Yeah.
started 2007.
Nice.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That
So I
Alenka.
definitely didn't watch this when I was in high school, but did you?
No, I didn't watch it until I got with my husband like 3 years ago. And then we've been
Excuse
obsessed with it
me?
ever since.
How do you
Yeah.
find a 2006 movie randomly in the year of 2017?
Well, I asked my husband, I was like, hey, what do you want to watch? And he's like, I really want to watch a movie from 2006 because that was a great
what?
year. And then we go to the category on
greatest.
HBO.
Did you say the perfect year?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. So we just wanted a holiday movie, and we're like, wait, this movie's called The Holiday. Seems perfect.
That's amazing.
Not to be confused with the Queen Latifah classic Last Holiday.
Right. Very different story.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
that's the
know.
thing. I think people find these movies only because nowadays, what are the movies? It's all Hallmark stuff. It's not, you don't have these kind of like big leading actor holiday movies anymore.
I think the last one was Elf.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's some like I recently just watched what's that? The night out with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and
See, I see those
where they
come
all go
up in
out
theaters,
for-
and I'm like, this looks like absolute trash. I'm not
I
watching
know
this.
it's kind of just like, but that one's like has stars in it, but it's not like a Hallmark holiday movie. I've never really watched those, but that is a huge genre.
It's funny, I'm so sorry to say this, but when actors need some moolah because they start making Christmas movies on Netflix.
Yeah,
right.
the Christmas
or any-
Chronicles with
guys-
Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I watched, oh my God, you guys, I watched a movie on Netflix with Emma Roberts called The Holiday.
Oh yes, that's the new one out,
And-
isn't it? Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was thinking as I saw it. And I was like, wow, Emma Roberts really needs some cash money, eh? And then I
Yeah.
watched it. And literally I was like, this fucking movie sucks.
bad.
But I do enjoy watching Emma Roberts. She's just a very pretty girl. So I'm always just like, she's so pretty.
I love in that movie how she's like, ugh, I'm so down on my luck. Like, life sucks. Like, I can't even get into
Like
it. I'm
in
like,
every
stop
act,
it, Emma
like,
Roberts.
It's literally everything she's in.
Yes.
This.
Yeah. That's her voice.
Yeah. My aunt is Julia, but I look like Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
I think she looks like
But
Anne
then her
Hathaway.
aunt in the movie is
She does.
Kristen Chenoweth, which is fucking what?
She's had a lot of work, that girl.
Yeah, holy moly. She
Well,
I actually really, I don't know, I liked parts of the movie.
Oh, good. I mean, don't be ashamed. Like, it's cool. Like, you can tell us.
It was bad though.
no, be shamed, Alenka. Be very ashamed.
But yeah, I know. Of all the movies I could have watched, I watched The Holiday. I feel like because I knew for sure it would never be on our list.
Mm,
Not,
So it's
no,
like I
it
can
won't, it'll
watch
be on
this.
our list in like 5 years. Let's say that.
Maybe. It was bad. Let's not put it on the list.
All right. Well, we're not talking about the holiday. We're talking
No,
about the
we're talking about
holiday. Holiday Inn.
Holiday,
Tess,
boy.
why did you pick this movie? I want to know.
I picked this
Why?
movie because
Because it's from
I-
2006.
it's the greatest year of all time. It was a great movie. I don't actually have a reason. I just really love it, and every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Like, it's Christmas now. And Jack Black is in like his one dramatic
I
role.
knew he was in it.
Oh wait, was I not supposed to say that?
Oh, yeah. No, you
I
can
was going to
say,
say it anyway.
yeah,
Oh.
say it.
I love him in this one. He was like, I was like, oh,
Mhm.
it's little Jack Black. We love Jack
Yeah.
Black. We watch his YouTube
I do.
channel all the time.
Yeah, he's
Woot.
great.
I
You don't
didn't
know
know he
his
had
YouTube.
that.
He has a gaming YouTube channel.
Jablinski games, dude, it's so good. It's so
Mhm.
good.
What does he do? Is he stream? Is that what he does?
He's
Yeah,
just
he's
Jack
just-
Black
That's fucking
in real
great.
life.
And he had a
Yeah.
huge ass beard for a while, but
Holy
then he
shit, I
shaved
need
it.
to watch that. I love that. Oh,
He's
Jack
hilarious.
Black.
Jack Black. But that's my reason mostly is Jack Black. I
Yeah,
love that whole
yeah.
cast. That cast
Oh,
is
it's
like,
stellar.
Is
dude,
it?
killer
Mhm.
cast.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and Jack Black is like
Okay.
super. He's still Jack Black in it. Like there's a part in the
Yes.
movie where you're like, oh, it's Jack Black, but he's it's different. And then suddenly it's like, oh, there he is. There's Jack Black. There's
Yeah.
the doodly doos.
The doodly doos. You're doodly doo expert.
His
I
scat
love-
man.
Yeah, I just love that they let him have so much freedom in this too. Like he was able, you were so many scenes, like the video store scene. Sorry, Linka, when he was like just improving everything.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, they let him just go. I
I
love
have
that.
a fun fact about that video store scene once we get to it. I'm
Oh my
sure
God,
you
me
read the same one. Yeah.
Yes, it was on BuzzFeed. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited, but now because you guys have mentioned video store scene, I'm thinking of him as like in High Fidelity when he works at the
At the record store.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. When he's like the
Yeah.
loser there, right? He's like, the
yeah,
loser
that's
kid.
kind of what I'm
Yeah.
envisioning.
Go ahead.
So
What
Yeah.
else?
Well,
that's
yeah.
it. Like
what
I
do you envision
what
that
do I
happens
know?
in this movie? Yeah,
Yeah.
please tell us.
I think obviously Jack Black's in it. I thought he was. I don't know why. I feel like I must have seen a trailer or something. Is it a vacation? It's a staycation in a cabin, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
People just fall in love. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Maybe.
That's all. Jack
That's
Black
all?
finds love. That's what the movie should have been called. The Holiday. Jack Black finds love.
We talk about Jack Black so much that we made it seem like it's his movie.
Is it not his movie?
Is it not?
It is.
He's not like
movie.
the main character, but yeah, he plays a good side role. He's a stand-up character.
Yeah. I mean, Jack Black is in it.
Mm-hmm.
People do fall in love, and there is a little bit of a cabin cottage.
And there's
sort
vacation.
of.
There is
and
vacation.
there's vacation, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is
I knew
kind of
it.
a staycation in a way.
Ooh, a staycation.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh,
Do they
I
get
think we
snowed
should
in?
do
They
that.
get snowed in and they have to learn to love each other because maybe it's like them all together and they're like, ooh, we don't enjoy each other that much. We were really hoping to go skiing and shit here, but I guess we're stuck. And then they're like, we're not so different, all of us. And
That does not happen, but
Okay.
as is classic on this podcast, you just wrote a great movie that we
I was
should
just going to
produce.
say that. I was like, well, I want to watch that one now.
Thanks. It's my hidden talent.
I love it. Anybody listening is
well.
like, okay, every time that you make a summary, somebody's like, next movie.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I just
Hollywood
want,
is just stealing all our ideas. That's what's going on now.
honestly, they stole Nervous Peer from us.
They did. That is a total reference no one will get unless they watch our sketch videos on
Which
Big
they
Kid Comedy.
should.
Go watch it, everybody.
Go off. So yeah,
Well-
that's all I know.
Yeah.
Let's learn about your
Yeah.
inspiration on the
Oh,
beverage side.
For the beverages, yes, the
Mhm.
drinks. Well, I am a complete idiot and decided to make both of them. So there's 2 beverages for this movie.
Which also I don't understand why you did 2.
You
Well, you
will
will find
soon.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
So these beverages as a
Excuse me.
duo, we're calling them leading ladies. The leading ladies. That's what they're
Okay.
called.
Mhm.
And on the one hand, you've got leading lady number 1, which I call Rosehill Cottage. It's a cozy cup of
That's what I'm
hot
having.
cocoa or hot chocolate or whatever hot chocolate beverage, hot yoo-hoo if you're in America, right? Yeah.
Ew. Yeah.
Yoo-hoo, she says.
Ew.
And you want to put some Irish cream. Do you have Bailey's in America, right? Is it called
We
Bailey's?
do. I know
Yeah.
Bailey's.
Okay.
She's like, I don't
Yeah.
like it.
I don't like
You
it,
Irish
but we
cream
do.
and whiskey. You want to put whiskey as well because I don't know. That just screamed. I don't know. I was either going to do brandy or whiskey, but it screamed a little more British to put something
Whiskey?
else in it. I don't know. I know whiskey's American too, but I don't know. Like
I think
Whiskey's
Irish when I
American.
think whiskey.
or Irish too. It's UK.
Irish.
Let's just say that.
You're upset because you
Yeah.
fucked up already.
I did. I was thinking about brandy, but maybe put brandy in it. I don't know.
No.
I love how the whole time you said it, because it was like a cozy beverage, you have like both your hands wrapped around your mug with your shoulders up.
Yeah,
So you're like,
it's
know.
cozy.
"Mm, it's a real
That's how
Rosehill
you-
Cottage.
That's how I feel anytime I hold a hot cup of anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after the whiskey and the Irish cream, you want to top that with some marshmallows, because that's classic holiday. That's classic
because
Christmas.
Jack Black is a marshmallow. He's the drink.
He is a
Got
fuzzy
it.
marshmallow.
I get it.
He's a nice squishy marshmallow.
Yeah. He's a cute marshmallow for sure.
Yeah. So that's our first drink, Rosehill Cottage. The second
Rosehill
drink,
Cottage.
we're calling Cali House.
Mhm.
So the house
Sounds
in California. And
Uh-huh.
I don't have a martini glass, but get a martini glass. You want to put some Malibu rum in that and some mango juice, a little bit of mango
Yeah.
juice, lime juice, and then you're going to whip cream that. That's like our fake snow in LA, the whipped cream.
Oh. Oh,
Wait,
oh.
let's hear the ASMR. Here we go.
That was so good.
That was good. That was
It looks really
Perfect.
good too.
Oh, that drink by far looks the best. It looks
And a
so
little-
delicious.
a little bit of orange zest. Although I kind of thought about it later. You could also lemon zest this, for a little bit of blonde hair.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
one of our leading
Little-
ladies got a little blonde. Oh, they're
little
both
blonde hair.
blonde.
I guess so. Kate, the other one has a little brunettish kind of
Yeah.
She's the
little
chocolate.
bit. It's hard to tell.
I get
mean,
it.
The other one's way more blonde. That's why you like notice her as the blonde.
Yeah.
But, zest it up. Maybe do both. Orange and lemon.
Yeah.
Zesty.
Why not?
Yeah. So those are the two drinks, the leading ladies. How do they taste, Tess? Or Tess has
how does
the
it
Cali
taste?
House.
Because I'm in the Cali House.
It looks so
Get
good.
it? It's really delicious. I did this one. I said it was because I live in Cali House, but whiskey gets me like throw up you drunk. So we don't want to do that.
No, we don't want that.
With rum.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I made both of them, and I don't think mango juice goes super well with hot chocolate, but I'm doing it. I'm powering
this
through it.
This is great. Oh, I understand.
I'm double fisting hot chocolate and mango juice.
Why didn't you drink the cold beverage first, or sorry, the hot beverage first, and then get to the cold one?
Because I ain't no quitter. I'm going to make both of them at the same time, double fist.
Your tummy's going to hurt.
Yeah, I know
you're
it
going to have a
is.
sore tum-tum.
Yeah.
Okay,
a lot
Popeye's
of cream
chicken
going
over there.
on in your. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
They're not supposed to know about
I have
the
a little bit
chicken.
left. Popeyes, but guys, I just mucked really hard a big old box of some dark meat chicken from Popeyes. I still have some crust. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Ooh.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
I can hear that.
I'll boost that later in post. Yeah. And you guys, this episode
got
brought
whole
to you by
chicken
the
here.
new Popeyes chicken sandwich, new to Canada. No,
Is it? Is it? Oh,
Thanks, Brain Freeze, for the
I would be
sponsor.
delighted. Honestly,
okay.
Reed,
Sorry,
if you
Reed.
can get us a Popeyes chicken sponsorship, I
Please.
will personally send you all my leftovers.
Yeah. They're super in the market for
I really want the
sponsorships
Cajun
with-
mashed potatoes with the Cajun gravy, please. That's probably my favorite.
Okay, do
Ooh.
it.
I'm vegetarian, so I'm going to go all mashed potatoes. That sounds
Okay.
great.
It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
good.
With the veggie gravy.
Yeah. Do they have that at Popeyes?
Probably not.
I have no idea. Probably not.
I'm sure their mashed potatoes have some sort of meat in them.
Probably.
Don't tell me that.
I would say the gravy's definitely chicken based.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
Chicken, quote unquote, whatever that means.
Ooh, well, let's get into the gravy.
Let's do it.
Pour it all out.
This guy with the
Ooh, I'm
segue
on
seller
top
here.
of it. Tess,
Love it. Hey.
how does this movie start?
So this movie starts with two people making out uncomfortably long.
Ew.
Yes, very
That
long.
is fucking gross. Are they in public?
No.
It's the end of like a Pride and Prejudice
that's fine.
type film.
What's that?
Mhm.
And they're like making out, and they obviously don't want to be making out because they're like meow, 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 like that kind of making out, not like blah, 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 blah making out. It's just like it was obvious in their contract, like they couldn't use tongue kind of thing.
Hold on. Back up already. This is their
Okay.
film. They're moving? It's a movie?
It's a movie. It's a movie
Gotcha.
within a movie.
The movie.
And we back up and we see Jack Black is playing the plinky plonky music.
It's a very nice score. I don't think it's his score, him playing. It's Hans
What?
Zimmer's score.
No, it's
he's
definitely
playing
Jack
piano.
Yeah. He is. I mean, he is playing. He's a musician, but
Yeah.
he's it's not the score itself in the whole movie
No.
is Hans
He probably
Zimmer.
learned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that sounds like a JB thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, "Ah," and then scoop it bop, doop, da,
Some
I
tenacious
think I want
D.
to watch
Yeah.
this. Is it? Hold on. Oh, very fun movie as well. Is it on
Yes.
Netflix? Is this movie on Netflix?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
I might
Oh, it
actually.
is,
It's
'cause
on
I bought it
Canadian
on Amazon.
Netflix.
Oh,
It's on
fuck you,
Canadian
Canada.
Netflix.
I had to buy it.
Yeah.
It's so weird
No.
because our last movie was not on Canadian Netflix, but it was on American. So we had the opposite problem.
Yeah.
See.
Still didn't watch it.
And then do I keep going?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
we see him kind of holding on to his girlfriend, his supposed girlfriend's hand, and she looks way not into it.
She's like,
into
let me go.
him.
Let me
Yeah.
the fuck go.
What the fuck? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
This is like an
So are we.
opening. Yeah, well, it's an opening montage. It's an
Yeah.
opening montage of every character you're going to encounter, basically.
And
And
this
there's
is
a monologue. Yeah.
yeah, but this is the
Okay.
same director who did like just all the rom-coms you can think of. Nancy Myers. She did like the like Something's
Did
Gotta
she
Give,
do the proposal?
Complicated.
The
Probably.
proposal?
But
Probably.
you know how like rom-coms start with that like ba-na-na-na-na, you're in a rom-com, ba-na-na-na-na, kind of like that.
No.
Like that. Yeah.
Just like that.
I love how we're still here in the beginning.
Oh,
it's
she
2.5
did the Parent
hours.
Trap. She did the Parent Trap.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how
I like
the
that.
Lindsay Lohan. Oh man. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Alenka's
Lindsay
seen that. I really
McGuire.
want to do that movie, but she's seen it.
Yes,
Which
I
one?
love that
Parent
movie.
Trap?
Yeah,
Yes.
Parent Trap.
That's good.
I used to want to be
Yeah.
her.
So yeah, and then the girlfriend's like, meow, can you let me go? And he's like, meow, I love you. And she's like, meow, gotta go. And then she
They're
goes,
cats.
and then they're cats. This is actually musical cats. And so I don't know what happens right after that. Well, can you remind me?
There's a monologue throughout all the little scenes we see, and it's Kate Winslet speaking. So Kate Winslet is in this movie, like
Titanic. Rose?
yeah,
I know.
Titanic, A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Has anyone seen that movie? That's my favorite Disney
Like
movie.
forever and a
A
half
kid?
ago. Was she in that?
Yeah, she has a very small role along with Daniel Craig. Anyway,
James Bond. Yeah.
Anyway,
James Bond.
she's narrating about she says the first line I think is like everything you've heard about love is true, or anything that was ever written about love is true. And she's like, I think Shakespeare said, and she's like quoting all these things and talking about love, and everything she's talking about relates a little bit to the scenes. So there's like love that's fleeting or something, and that's
But
with
it's
Jack Black's
unrequited
character.
love. So it's like
That she talks
non-reciprocal
about.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she says, She also talks about sometimes love is simply lost, and we see an old man who's looking at a picture of his dead wife, and
Keep
he's
that old
a
man in
sad
mind.
old man. Keep him in mind.
Is it Jack Black?
No.
Yeah, it's old. It's
Oh.
future Jack Black, old man Jack
That's what I was
Black.
thinking.
Jack Black doesn't come back for like 45 minutes. Just put him out of your brain.
Yeah. By the way, he doesn't come back for 45 years. That's what and he's old
Yeah,
man.
It's one of those movies.
Because it's old.
And he's like, Scoopity Bop, that's my dead wife. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo-doo-doo.
She's dead.
I love it.
So
And
she does this monologue,
Yeah.
and then we see Cameron Diaz in a car with her boyfriend,
Ew.
and her
They don't
boyfriend
know each
looks
other.
a little.
Kate Winslet
the
and
two
Cameron
stories.
Diaz, they don't know each other. We're
Yes.
going back and
Okay.
forth from Cali
Yeah.
to England. Okay.
Mhm.
I know.
This
Is
Yeah.
she English?
And yeah, Caitlin's is English.
Cameron Diaz.
No, Cameron Diaz is in LA. And
Okay.
she's in a car with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend also kind of looks disinterested in her. And then we finally cut
Yikes.
to Kate Winslet, and we meet one of our main leading ladies, Iris Simpkins, played by Kate Winslet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Can I
Okay.
tell this part? Okay. So there's
Yeah.
this douche guy. His name is Jasper. And I can't remember
Yeah.
what he's in. He's got like these piercing
Jasper.
blue eyes.
Oh yeah,
he's
Rufus
got this, like-
Sewell.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
he's always the bad guy.
Yeah. And in this one, he's like the bad guy.
Yeah.
But like the way
He was
that
in A
Kate
Knight's
Winslet.
Tale.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
He's in what?
Mhm. A Knight's Tale.
Knight's Tale.
Oh,
That's
he's
with,
the fucking
Heath
prince.
Ledger. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the guy from Firefly that I'm
In love with.
Alan Turk. Anyway,
No.
so they're at this like Christmas party. It's a work Christmas party, and Kate Winslet's like monologue, and her friend comes over who's smoking. At this- indoors at this Christmas
Yeah.
party, and she's like,
So
So
weird.
you can do in
Kate
England.
Winslet, you're stupid. I don't know why she had a Latin accent. So sorry, we're in England. Excuse me, Kate Winslet. Iris, how could you love this man? He doesn't love you back. And she's like,
He's a
well,
wanker.
he's a wanker. Dude, I think she literally says that.
I think
right?
she does say that.
I
Well, he
think
says
you're
like,
right.
"What you shagging
She
him?"
has more of that like cognate.
You do
like
his
she has that-
laundry.
She has that type of
She
English
does say that.
accent. Nice.
No,
No,
I think
we
she's a
don't.
regular
Sorry,
one.
it
Yeah.
turned into
Aw.
Monty Python here.
I was really
It did, yeah.
excited about that.
I don't know. Well, for this story, it does. We'll just keep it. So I'll be the smoky friend, and then you be Kate Winslet. Ready?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Iris. Why do you still love Jasper? He doesn't love you back.
But I'm just pathetic, and I really love him, and I know that I'm not the main woman, but I love him.
You're so pathetic. You need to get laid by not him because he's getting engaged. You idiot.
Ew.
Pretty much. That's pretty
Pretty
much
much.
how the scene goes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
She's kind of
Yeah.
mean to her, but
Is Kate
Yeah.
okay?
So we kind of find out that she's been sleeping with. She's like the other woman in this relationship
Oh,
with this
what a
man, her
Piece
coworker.
of shit.
but he's an asshole.
But he's the asshole. Yes, for sure.
sure.
Because he keeps her pulled in. We've all been in that like stupid like relationship, not relationship, but it's like that's her ex-boyfriend. And they were
Mhm.
together and she was like madly in love. He broke up because he's like, square peg, round hole. And she's like, what? I don't understand that. And then they broke up. And then now, so Jasper is his name, goes into the office and Kate Winslet's like, oh, I'm a news person and I'm doing like plinky plonky typing because I'm doing the newspaper. And
she writes like a love column for this news. It's weird, yeah. Very, specifically like about love and love stories
advice?
in this newspaper.
Yeah,
I guess
and that's
so,
like,
yeah.
That's the monologue that we're hearing, right? It's like
it's kind of in her writing, yeah.
Interesting.
But then she steps out, like, so when she leaves the office to like talk to her friend, she steps kind of out of the monologue a bit because it's like she's writing this paper, but then she goes, and I've been in love with that stupid man for 3 years. And like, I'm so pathetic. That's basically her entire character until.
Okay. Now I'll be Jasper and you be Kate, Iris still. Hi, Iris. You're the apple of my eye. Just kidding.
Hi, Jasper.
Mary, I've got a Christmas present for you. But I lost it.
Wait, does he really say that?
Yeah.
And she's like,
Why?
oh, well, I've got your present here. Remember last year we exchanged gift in March. We're getting better.
Here's your present.
And it's like a beautiful book, like a first edition of something that they found, like that she found in an old shop they visited. And he says, I left it in my car, but you're going to look hot in it.
Yes.
Oh.
And then Will tell us what happens. What announcement is there?
So basically, they're at like a Christmas party, and she's still working, obviously, because she's a pushover. But the guy, like, you know, I guess the main editor of the newspaper, whoever it is, like makes a big announcement. He's like, welcome everybody. Everyone's going to go on vacation soon. But we have a big announcement, and this particularly is going to concern Iris Simpkins. Where's Iris? Where is she? And she's like, oh, I'm here. I'm here. And she's like, you're going to want to get this scoop, then this new romantic scoop. We have a new engagement with some respected members of our newspaper, Jasper, whatever his name is, and the other chick.
Wait a second. Why does he single out Iris? Why does he say, hey,
because Iris writes for the love column. So he's like,
oh, so he doesn't
want to
know.
Get this scoop. No one knows, basically, other than her friend. Yeah.
And you just see this like dramatic zoom in of her being like, you know, like, oh my God.
They kiss and fall in love, and it's like, oh.
And she goes, oh my gosh, is this the part where she goes home and she's like, Ma! Oh wait, no, now we go to California.
Yeah, right? Now we cut to Cameron
Oh my God, I love this
Diaz.
scene. Yes.
Cameron Diaz. Is she in the mirror in her underwear dancing?
Like in Charlie's Angels?
Yes.
With Spider-Man underwear? No.
Yes.
But I did get Spider-Man underwear when I was in high school because I love that movie that much and I wanted to do that.
Yes.
Got to reenact.
Now we know a little bit more about Tess.
And that's as far as I am going. That's all you're going to know. But yeah, okay, so we're in California. We got Glam Cam. Okay, she's glam. She's rich. She's got this giant house, which I'm sure it's like, hey guys, come over and film because that's Cameron Diaz. But like, she has the cute, like the cutest blonde bob that I like love this cut on camera. And I had to single that out. I was like, oh.
This is like the Cameron Diaz look, I feel like. That's like, whenever I picture her, this is the look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, she just, her face, like, I love that cut, but like, I can never do that because my face is long. I don't know, hair lady. Maybe you'd know. Do you think I can do that cut? Do you think I can?
I'm looking it up. The holiday hair.
Cam D.
Thing.
Again, this is our other Patreon idea is
of course you
movie
could.
Hairstyles with Alenka.
Dude,
wait,
that would be so dope, actually. You should.
Move your face out of the mic for a sec. Out of the way of the mic. But face on. No, just face straight on. Straight on.
I don't know what is straight on.
Everybody, please.
Okay, yeah. So like her jaw is wider than yours. So like she has quite a long bob. I feel like if you... Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't do it.
Well,
I think you should do it. It's actually like the perfect length because it ends right about where your shoulders would start. Right. So that would make your neck look less long, you know?
Oh, it looks long right now?
Well, your hair's also long, so it's just elongating everything.
Well,
fine.
All right.
Do it. I say do it. Come to Canada.
You heard it here, folks. If you see my haircut, you know, because of this show.
This is why.
So anyways, we got Cam D. She got the bob. What's her name in this movie?
Cam D.
Amanda Woods.
Amanda
Such a Hollywood
Woods.
name, isn't it?
Amanda Woods.
Okay.
She's like mad at her boy toy. He's like, what? I didn't sleep with her. She's like, just slept with your secretary. You know you did. Just tell me. Throw things. And he's like, oh, stop throwing things at me. And she's like, just admit it. He's like, we never bone. We never hang out. Like, you suck at everything, especially sex. He just keeps bringing that up for some reason.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then she eventually kicks him out of the house, her gigantic house with like her 12-foot tall door. And is
Nice.
like,
Her Cali home.
Yeah.
oh, bringing back the drink. And he shouts to her, he's like, you just can't be what I need. You just don't want to be what I need. And I was like, dump him.
Dump him.
Right?
What a
This
bitch.
guy, this actor's name is Edward Burns. He is always like a dick boyfriend and everything. He also looks like a budget Wilson brother. Like, he's not a Wilson brother, but he looks like one.
Like a nephew or something. So then he's yelling up to her all these terrible things. And she looks down and she's like, just tell me, put me out of my misery. And he's like, yeah, okay, I fucked her. Okay, he didn't really say that. But he's like, yeah, I did it. And she's like,
This is a PG-13 movie. They get one fuck.
okay.
We'll
They
tell you
do?
what happens. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the funniest part, she's like, just tell me, did you do it? And he looks at the gardener, and the gardener is like shaking his head, like, don't say anything, because she can't see him because she's on the second floor balcony.
Yeah.
And so it's like this little funny moment, and then he's like, okay, I did it. And then she's like, sit down, get out of here. And then he gets out of there, and then she's like, oh God. And then we learn we'll just drive anytime.
Yeah. So then her assistant shows up. Oh, fuck. I forget her assistant's name, but she's a great, she was on Saturday Night Live. She's a great comedic actress.
In Step Brothers.
No.
Yeah, she's in Step Brothers.
Oh.
And you've seen Step Brothers.
She's the wife of Will Ferrell's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, anyway.
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah, the one
She's
who wants to
fucking
fuck John C. Reilly all the time.
Yeah.
That's
anyway, that's
she's
her
very
assistant.
calm in this one.
Yeah. And we
Love
find
this.
out that Cameron Diaz runs a company that cuts movie trailers. Like, she's the one who cuts she's the producer for them. And so she has like an in-house cutting room because she's a workaholic. So she needs her work where she lives. And so they go to watch the newest cut of this fake movie starring Lindsay Lohan and James Franco. It's
So
a fake
good.
trailer. It's so good. Yeah.
I like it.
Like this
What
It's funny
happens in it?
because she directed Parent Trap, and Lindsay Lohan just is a little cameo in this film. So look at their connections. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, John Krasinski is like the editor of this trailer. They're sitting in this editing room, and you're like, oh, Jim. Yeah.
Jim.
Alenka, I have to know, how do you feel about it so far? How do you feel about the
I'm
film?
excited to see what happens. I just feel like I just
Okay.
still don't know what's going to happen.
Is this still the exposition stuff, right? We're still
It
on
is,
the
yeah.
same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the thing about Cam D, or Amanda Woods, she can't cry. So remember that.
Why?
Yeah.
She just can't
She
cry.
physically can't.
Yeah. It's
So-
like she's emotionally stunted, or she's such like a workaholic. She has no emotions about anything
And
other than
yet
work.
she gets angry enough to throw a
She
boyfriend
gets
out.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
doesn't
Well,
make
he
sense.
specifically says that. He's like, look at that. You're probably the only woman in the world who doesn't shed a tear when they break up with her boyfriend. What's with that?
hmm And she has these moments where she's like, she goes to her desk, and this is the scene. Okay, here we go. This is where it all kind of pivots. This is when we're like, okay, now we kind of know what the movie's going to happen.
This is the
So-
inciting
okay.
incident.
Mhm.
The exciting. So she sits at her desk, and she's like this giant desk in this room because she's a bajillionaire or whatever. And she's like, help, like trying to cry, and she can't cry. She's like, like she just can't do it. And I'm cracking
That's so
up.
silly.
It's really silly. Like, I'm like, how many takes did they do? Because that's hilarious. Hilarious. And then she goes online and she types into Google, in quotes, like, worry-free vacations. And I was like, I would never type that into Google.
Like worry-free vacations?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because she gets like a heart like thing, or like she says esophageal spasm, but she gets like, because of the stress she's feeling all the time, she's just like seizes up. And so she's just like, I need to take a vacation. I have to, all this. So that's why she searches for vacations.
And this is actually
What's
based
wrong
on
with
a
worry-free?
nothing. But if you type it into Google, I'd be kind of afraid it would come up, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not in
We'll
2006.
take care of everything. Yeah.
I'm going to type
Where
that
are
in.
you
But it's actually
seeing?
based off of a real website called homeexchange.com. It's a real website,
Oh, cool.
everyone.
Yeah.
We are sponsored by
Home
homeexchange.com. Go there
Exchange.
for all your worry-free vacations.
Love it.
Perfect.
So they start looking up. She's starting to look up. She's like, where do I want to go? What country? She's
That's
like,
so
where do they
fun.
speak English? She picks England. I was like, I don't know. Okay, 2006. I'll give you a pass.
Lame.
Yeah, because
And
the first result is like Tora Bora or something. Like it's a tropical.
She's like, kayak for one. No, I don't want to do that. And she like keeps looking. Yeah.
Princess.
And then she's like, I'm going to go to Cotswold. Oh my God. Okay. What's really funny is all of these California inside jokes, where I was like, they got them all right. They show this picture of like this rundown house in like Cotswold, which it like hurts to say that in my throat, England. And it's like this rundown house. And she's like, looks like the valley. And I legit, that was my first thought. I was like, looks like San Fernando Valley, which is like this
That's
2
funny.
cities over. And so she's like, no. And then she's like, I'm gonna go to what is it? Surrey, England?
It's in Surrey. Yeah.
Surrey.
It's in Surrey and it's Rosehill Cottage.
Ooh. Yeah.
Show the drink.
Bring up the drink. Bring up the drink. See, well, there's 2 now.
There you go.
Yes.
We've got Cali House and Rosehill. So she sees Rosehill Cottage and she's like, ooh. And then do we cut or does she type a message? She starts typing a message, but then we cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does she do? I don't know.
Well, she's typing a message. She's like, I want something. I
Yeah,
want
she
to
types
stage your price.
to
Yeah.
Iris. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, we cut back to
Oh, it's
England.
Iris's
And
house.
Iris-
Yeah.
Iris
Iris
is
is like
crying.
like transiting, like she has a commute, like she from like inner city London to this like little village in Surrey.
Mhm.
And she lives in this little cozy winter cottage. That's her house.
Mhm.
And it's really dark. She is like
Yeah.
crying and cooking. And then she has a gas stove. And then she just leans over and starts sniffing the gas like she's going to kill herself.
Oh my goodness.
And you're like, ooh,
That's
that's dark
intense.
2006.
Yeah. And she's like, low point. And she opens up the window. She's like, and it's like cold snow. Oh, there's also an adorable dog.
Love
Just so you know.
dogs.
The little
What
cute
kind?
dog. Yeah.
Adorable one.
Yeah.
Cute.
Wiry hair one kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Little
Yeah.
tiny.
Like fluffy, like poodly.
No, just like white, like stringy, like those stringy cute dogs. Looks like a stuffed
Yeah.
animal kind of thing.
Mhm.
You know the type.
Yeah.
And then Iris gets
She
like
gets
a
the
ping.
message. Yeah.
Yep.
Bing.
Go ahead. Will.
Oh,
Go
okay.
for
Oh, yeah,
it.
she gets the
Sorry, I'm getting
message.
too detailed.
And it's Amanda, and she's like, "Is your place available? Like, I really need to get away from where I am." And then she's like, and then she kind of thinks about it, and it's like she has the same idea. She's like, "I
Yeah.
need to get out of here." So she's like, "It is, but really, it's only available for home exchange." And then Amanda's like, "What's that?" And then it's
Yeah.
like, one sounds like a scam. Like,
Right.
if
Yes.
this happened, I'm like, we just change everything. We swap houses, cars, all of it. We swap.
All of
And it's like,
Husbands,
Great,
children,
I agree to that. Yeah.
it.
credit cards, everything.
And she's like, great. And then the last thing Amanda's like, one last question. Is there any men in your town?
Yeah.
And then Iris is like, types back 0. And then,
0.
and she thinks that's going to be like a game changer. Like, oh, she's not going to come now. But Amanda's like, I'm on the next flight, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, how about tomorrow? I was like, okay, wait a minute. So like,
Calm
Tickets
down,
to go-
Amanda.
yeah, calm down, Amanda. But she's a bajillionaire. And then there's Iris who lives in like a cottage. And I'm sure like the exchange rate in England is like higher than America. Like, wouldn't that be like a bajillion? I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, it's double like Canada and UK. So
Oh.
it's a little bit less for American, but like double for Canadians. Found that
Well,
out the hard way.
there are
Yeah.
no Canadians in this film. Not one.
No,
What
not
the
even one.
fuck? Poor
Yeah.
representation.
Fuck, let's
Ah.
stop. Episode
Yeah, I
over.
I
Fuck
can't do
this
it
movie.
anymore.
Yeah, I'm out. She
Fuck
hates
this
it.
movie.
We have 2 hours to go. That's the first 15 minutes. Let's be real.
That's the first like half hour. Actually, it's quite long.
You're right.
All this opening stuff.
Yeah.
It's important.
So that's it. That's the start. Now they both are on flights going
Oh.
towards.
I thought they were going to be together.
No, they
The two
don't
girls?
meet.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't
Okay,
meet until a certain
Twist.
point, and we will
Okay.
tell you when that is. But they're on
Okay.
flights, and you see the difference, obviously, about their lifestyles. So Iris is on her flight; she gets the middle seat between these old English ladies, and she's like, "Oh,
And the message,
Yeah.
the message she gets from Jasper.
Oh,
important.
Come on.
She's like, well, where can I reach you? Basically, he's like,
You're out of here.
What does he say? Yeah.
He's like, I heard that you're leaving to Tinseltown or something stupid.
Oh yeah, he's like, I heard you're leaving on vacation, like first one in 6 years. Where can I reach? Where can I reach you?
Why
and
the fuck is this guy bothering her? Seriously.
Exactly.
He wants
likes to
another
string
woman.
her along.
Yeah, he's a
Fuck
dick.
off.
It gets worse.
He is perpetually a bad guy, Rufus Sewell. But she writes back like a killer line. She's like, I need to, if I'm ever going to fall out in love with you, I need to stay away from you.
You have to let me. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
God. I was like, good. Like, this is step one. Good. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And she sends that.
And then she sends that. And then Cam, keep calling her Cam, Amanda Woods.
I'm okay with it.
Cute Bob. Yeah.
Cute Bob Cam. Okay.
Cute Bob Cam. Hey. That's the hashtag. Use it.
Yes.
So there's 6 books next to her, which, you know, when you're going on vacation, you're like, I'm going to read, but you never read.
Yes.
It's one of those. Yeah. She has like 6 books on the plane. And she's like, the cool thing that keeps happening is that there's like this overture, this like narrator or like this announcer is like, dunna, dunna, like a trailer. Yeah. Amanda Woods. Da-da-na-na-na.
Meet Amanda Woods.
Yes.
Really?
You're going to find out why her life is so shitty. Like, that's not that, but something like
silly.
that.
Because that's all she thinks about. She's a workaholic. It's showing that like trailers are always on her brain.
It is funny. Like, it's a weird narrative device because it completely breaks the style of the movie in which she goes, like, she actually hears the voice, and you're like, okay, up until now, this movie is pretty like realistic in terms of like the way they present story, and suddenly she hears this voice in her head. But it's funny. It's a funny moment.
And then she puts her little hair face things on, and so then they land, and I think we get Cam's story first, and she's like driving with this expensive driver because she's expensive. Hello, and. And then there's like smell everywhere. And then he's like, Mom, I'm so sorry. I can only take you this far. It's just up the road. And I'm like, this is not going to be good. And her heels are like 6 inches, right?
Yeah.
She's from California. So we all wear 6-inch heels.
We do that.
Yeah, we do that. And she like walks to Rosehill Cottage, but it's like over the river and through the woods to Rosehill Cottage we go. Like it's, you know, like it's this whole adventure, and he was just like, it's just up the road, and I was like, fuck that guy.
Lied.
He straight up lied.
Yeah.
Straight up lied. Yeah. And then she gets to the cottage. I'm not sure if that's
well, she gets to the cottage. She's like, the one thing she says, she's like, I want to read a book, not a magazine. I want to read an actual book. This is what she says in LA. So she's like sitting there, but she doesn't read. She's like watching a movie. She's in this big cozy bed, but she's really not liking it. It's how like she can't turn her brain off. She's just not enjoying this staycation.
Right.
And so basically like, it's like she pretty much, she goes to a little store. This is kind of a funny moment.
Yes.
She goes to like this tiny little store and buys like everything. She's drinking wine out of the bottle in the store and buying all this like
in the
meat
store.
and shit candy. Yeah.
She's
And I think she grabs onto like
crazy.
Christmas like ornaments and just takes those just for fun. Like it's just buys this whole store and
Okay.
and the woman's like, ooh, someone's having a party tonight. And she's like,
and she
then
drinks
takes a
literally
swig.
in front of her.
Yeah.
That's
Are there
funny.
are there like Vegas rules
Cute.
out there? Like what's happening?
Yeah.
Definitely not Canadian.
They're English. They're probably just too polite to be like, no, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
I mean, that would be in Canada. We'd all just be like, we wouldn't even say anything. We'd just be like,
I would.
yeah, great.
I'd be like,
need
you
it.
can't fucking drink here.
Oh, I'm too polite. I'd just be like,
You are.
hey, is that good?
Hey. Are you enjoying that?
Should I get some? All right.
Yeah. But then cut to little Kate Winslet over there in California, and she opens up the doors because remember, she has this tiny cottage in England, right?
Yeah. But
So
she doesn't she? She's in the cab. It's like Will Smith in Bel Air. She's like in the cab in all she's seeing all these amazing houses.
Yes.
She does pass by that old man, right?
She does on the street, and he's like
Old
walking
Jack
with
Black.
his.
No, the old man. The
There
old
is an
man
old
we
man.
mentioned.
My
Not-
favorite
yeah,
love
yeah.
story out of the whole thing is this
It
old
is.
man.
It's a great. Yeah.
Great one. So she gets into the house and she's like, oh my God. A, it's not snowing. B, all these things. So she like opens the door and she's like, what up? And she has like 500 rooms. She goes in every room
Cool.
and the music just gets like, because she's so happy
That
to
would
be
be so
there.
fun.
Yeah.
Right? Just this
Yeah.
gigantic home that like I know these homes exist here, but I've never been in one.
She's so excited, and I'm like, did she not get pictures? Like, what if she just showed up to
she
some
had no
shitty
idea.
bachelor apartment? It's
That's
just
pretty
like,
funny.
It's just
Yeah.
like,
Right?
oh, great.
He's like, okay.
Which actually, that Amanda pretty much shows up. Like, it's almost like a bachelor, this cottage. Like, the bed is not like, there's not much of a living room. It's just like the bed and kitchen and a small bathroom. Like, that's all it is in this
And
cottage.
a cute dog.
And a cute
Yeah.
dog. Which she
And
has
the
to take
dog's
care of the
there.
dog too. Like, she
I
does a staring
know.
contest with the dog, and you're like, oh, you also have to take care of my dog while you're here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel
Sorry.
like one person got the shitty end of the stick. As much as like a cozy
Yeah.
cottage in England is kind of nice, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But she needed it. She needed to be
She did.
humbled and grounded
That's
because she
true.
can't. The whole thing is, it's Cam. She can't love. She can't figure out how to love. She can't cry. She can't find her emotions because she's just such a workaholic. Whereas Kate over here, she's like
Too much emotion.
too much emotion, needs to find herself again. Like, she needs to
Yeah.
ground herself within herself, needs some self-love, need people that be surrounded by people that love her, you know, that sort of thing. I would rather be
Yeah.
Kate in this instance, but Cam needs
True.
this.
Kate,
Right?
Kate and Cam.
Yeah.
Love
Kate,
it.
Kate, Cam.
And then she's running around, and then and then we got JB Jack Black. He comes back.
Right.
Mhm.
He comes to the house. She's like, I can't open the gate, and he's like, that's okay.
Yeah.
And
and we
then-
meet Jack Black again, and it's kind of like, because he's a film composer, or like,
yeah,
so he
Okay.
also composes music for the trailers. So he's
Yeah.
friends with Cam.
Cam.
So then they're introduced. They have a little meet cute, Jack Black and Kate Winslet, but he's with his current girlfriend right now,
Okay.
who is,
Do they fall in love?
you know, a vapid
I don't know,
actress.
maybe.
They must.
Yeah, well, it's the perfect meet cute, because for some, it's really weird. I want to know. I want to think about the metaphorical thing, the metaphorical meaning of this. But there's kind of like a windstorm happening in LA throughout this whole movie. Like, there's a lot of windy scenes, and so
Yeah.
it's windy outside, and he's like, "Oh, where's I'm gonna call her Cam. Where's Amanda?"
Cam.
And it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, I'm staying in her house," and she's. Well, it's funny. She doesn't even explain the whole house swapping thing.
No,
She's
she's just like, I'm here for 2
staying
weeks.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm just dropping this off." And then the wind blows and she gets something in her eye. And he's like, oh, Jack Black does it. He's like, "Oh, you got something in your eyelash there." He's like, do you mind if I get it? And she's like, "Yeah, please." And
But
she,
he's like,
blows-
let me get this out of your eyelash. Like, they're really close.
yeah.
That's
And
so
he blows her
Little blows.
eyelash. He blows it out.
Hey,
Why
but
would
the
he
Santa
blow it
Ana winds
out?
are real and they suck.
Oh, okay.
Santa
Yeah.
Ana?
I didn't know
Santa
that was like
Ana
an LA reference. So.
Yeah, they're real. They bring in the winter
Mm,
and they go away.
They bring in the
lasts for
winter.
90 days. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the winter. What is it? More mild and
It's
still
just
sunny
like
and shit?
below 70 degrees. That's our winter.
Yeah, that's great.
And then, okay, cut to this moment, confusing moment. I want to make sure we explain this, and this is as
Yeah, yeah.
ridiculous as you think it is.
Okay.
So Cam, she's like, I don't know. I'm just like fitting my stuff in the closet. She's like going around the house, like putting her suitcase away, putting things away. Like, hey, dog, you're so cute. And then she dances really loud, like to loud music, Mr. Brightside.
She dances to the Killers. Yeah.
Yes. That was my first MySpace song, by the way. Remember MySpace songs?
Oh,
Yeah.
I never
Yes.
really did
Yes.
MySpace. I never got into
What?
that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
it's
wish I
okay.
hadn't. Ugh. I'm sure mine still exists, which
I
is the
skipped over
scariest
that
thing.
era.
That's good. No, don't regret nothing because it's meh. And then
Oh, poor
and
Tom.
then
Okay.
yeah, poor Tom. Gosh, his one MySpace
Oh, yeah.
picture. And then there's a knock at her door. Okay, big deal. Here
Mhm.
we go. Here enters Jude Law, and she's like, "What?"
Mm,
Blah, blah.
Of
She
course.
opens the door and she's like, "Ah," and they look at each other like, "Ah, you're cute. Ah, you're cute." And she's like, because his sister is Iris, who owns the house.
Oh.
Kate.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, at the opening monologue with the montage, there's also a line about sometimes love can just be for one night. And we see Jude Law in a bar looking at a woman. So he's kind of like,
Oh,
he's
that's
supposed to be like a
right.
one night stander,
Mm.
supposedly a one night stander.
Mhm.
Just keep that in your mind.
Keep that in your mind.
He's a virgin.
Yeah, but this is actually we see her putting suitcase and stuff away, and then she goes to the store, and then she's just laying in bed. And basically, before the knock on the door, she basically decides to buy another ticket and leave the next day. She's like, "This is not working for me."
Done.
But yeah, we're introduced to Jude Law, the brother, Graham,
Mhm.
Iris's brother.
I feel like
Yeah.
Jude Law is in every English placed rom-com and is always named Graham.
Maybe.
Graham.
I think he is.
Let's cross-reference that info. I'll post it on the
think
gram. We'll be like, how many grams
The
did he
gram?
I'm
play?
thinking of.
Yeah.
Is there
Graham,
another?
Graham,
20
Graham.
21 grams. That's another movie.
Oh.
Oh man, if my name was Graham, my handle would be Instagram. But like Graham.
Ooh, there you go. If any grams are listening and steal that idea, please credit Tess Llanos and our podcast.
Please.
Take our podcast and her podcast.
Yeah, you have to tag all 5 of those
Everyone.
Yeah.
things. And then you can have it.
That's
Yeah.
all your bio's allowed to be.
Yeah. Just all 5 of the Instagram hashtags. Yeah, that's amazing. So Jude Law comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for my sister, but I also happen to be really hot." And she's like, "Oh, I've traded houses." Well, sorry, she doesn't have an English accent. She's like, "Oh, I've traded houses with your sister, and I just happen to be really hot too." And
Which,
and then-
if I'm going to be completely honest, I feel like that's their only chemistry in this movie is just they're hot people. They don't
it's true.
have the chemistry that we'll later find out.
That Kate
agree.
Winslet and Jack Black have.
Surprisingly, yes. Lots
Actually,
of it.
yes. I would have
Yeah.
chemistry with Jack Black. I
Well,
don't
all
wouldn't.
of us would.
Hello?
Everybody would.
Everybody
Yeah.
in this room would make out with Jack Black on screen. Like, come on. There was a rom-com you were in. Yes.
Yeah.
If he still
right?
had his beard, it'd be a fiery
Oh,
makeup.
it'd be beard on beard. You guys would
Fire
create
that
some
happens.
mad friction.
Oh no!
Yes.
Shit! Ah! Yeah.
That'd be
And
so
he'd be all
great.
like, oh, let me scat it away. Okay.
I love it.
All right. More scatting.
No more scatting.
We haven't
do
even
have
gotten to the
scatting on
scat
here.
yet. Yeah. Too much scat.
Too much
All right.
scat. Okay. Sorry. Just tell me if I'm
The
Oh,
Too
yeah,
Much
yeah.
Scat
So-
podcast.
Well, Jude Law, basically, he's like, oh, and he's like, and he says it in such an eloquent British way, but he's just
Yeah.
like, usually I don't bother my sister, but sometimes when I'm piss drunk, I will stay on her couch or something but he says it in a
Yes.
way more eloquent way. He does say
very
piss,
romantic. He did say
Yeah.
piss.
though. Yeah.
And-
How's that
Yeah.
romantic? He's basically just like, I might get drunk tomorrow.
Well, he says it in such a
night
suave
in
way. Like
town.
he doesn't even look drunk.
No!
He's only stumbling, but then he speaks not drunk. He's
Oh,
so
wait. So he's
eloquent.
supposed to be drunk right now?
Well, yeah, he's coming back
Yeah.
from the pub. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's why he knocked
Gotcha.
on his sister's door because I guess there's a pub next door, which is a real pub, by the way.
That's
I
fun.
looked it up on Thanks BuzzFeed. For that fact. But anyway, okay, here we go. Sorry, I know we've taken a long time to get to this point, but they sit on the couch and Jude's Jaw's like, "I'm hot," and she's like, "I'm hot," and they like look at each other, and he's like, "Okay, good night," and then he like kisses her on the lips, and she's like,
Oh,
"Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she says, actually." And how? And he's like, and she's like, "Do it again. I'm gonna close my eyes," and then they
What the
kiss, and she's
fuck?
like, "Do it again," and then they start making out big
That's
time. And they sit on the
weird.
couch, and she's like, "Look, I think because I'll never see you again, we should make out and we should bone." And he's like, "I'm totally down. Are you?" And she's like, "I suck at this." And he's like, "I highly doubt that." And I was like, "Meh, okay."
I mean, although
yeah.
he does say he's like, well, he's like, like, this is you're here and like this is a vacation and I'm never going to see you again. Like, this is what this is for, I can just do this. And he kind of does make a comment where he doesn't necessarily appreciate being used. He's like, I liked this until I was the cabana boy or something.
Yes. But then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
Mhm.
do it. But we don't see anything. Like it just
No,
cuts to
there's
like
no sex
morning.
scenes in this
Hmm.
movie, which
Yeah.
it's a PG-13 holiday rom-com.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
don't need like a half nude Jude Law ass.
Right.
You
know,
don't.
that like on the sheet.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was just gonna say
the kids don't need it.
they don't need it.
We all love a nude Jude.
Nude
Nude
Jude.
Jude.
Nude
Oh,
Jude.
Has he ever been full wang
Yes.
in a movie? I don't know.
Yes.
Has he?
Cold Mountain.
I
Cold.
love how you-
She
Yes,
knows
he
right
has.
away.
I was very young when I saw that and very inexperienced in life. And I was like, oh, that's how it goes. Okay, Nicole Kidman. I hope that was Jude Law. I think it was. But
Saw
anyway,
someone's wang. Yeah.
somebody was there. I've seen it. No. So is his babysitter, actually. Just kidding. Sorry, Jude Law.
Yes.
So
So they sleep together.
Yep.
Just
They sleep together. And then the movie ends.
That's
No.
weird.
Yeah.
Happily ever after.
I don't know why that's so weird to me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Thoughts?
Yeah, like what the fuck? I don't like. He comes in and he's all drunky poo, and then I don't like. Why was she
They're-
sitting on the couch with him?
Well, again, their
What?
chemistry, like I said, is just that they're both hot.
Yeah, but it's just the stranger that walked into the house, like it just doesn't seem smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
you would think. Just leave you. We're going to leave you right there.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
God.
Now, this happens and we're back in LA, right?
Ballet.
Yeah, I think it's the meet cute scene.
Oh,
Meet
it is.
cute?
Yes.
Tell us about the meet
Meet
cute,
cute?
Will. Take it away.
Well,
This
so
meet cute.
again and then again. One, we also saw Amanda driving when she drives to town, she drives in a Mini Cooper on the wrong side of the road. She has a hilarious scene where she
Idiot.
doesn't know
Right.
how to drive in England.
Yeah.
And it's
What an idiot.
it's good. But so it's another thing
Is the
like,
car
they
notched?
get each other's cars too. So that's like
Yeah.
Iris's car. So now Iris is driving around in Amanda's big SUV, like around the Hollywood Hills. I don't know where she went. She went probably
Flawlessly.
groceries. Yeah, she's just like driving, and then she sees the old man on the side of the road, like walking, and she kind of knows where he lives because she's seen him outside of his house. So he's like, she just makes the decision she's going to drive him home. So she walks up and she's like, "Sir, would you like a ride home?" And he's like,
Do you
He's
know
like, "Well?"
where I live? Yeah.
yeah. She's like,
That's
"Yeah,
my
I
old
think
man
I
voice.
do." And he's all like, "Well, at least one of us does."
Yeah. I like how you made him like a smoker from like the Old West.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't do it because he's got that. Oh, that's that Hollywood like old man Jewish voice because he's a Jewish man, and it's
Yeah.
like
That's a hard one. I couldn't even do that one.
it is, yeah. But he drives him. She drives him to his home, and he's got a big LA home. He's basically her
Sickening.
neighbor now, like in this community of
yeah.
LA homes.
Mhm.
And she goes into his house, helps. He's like in a walker. It's clear that like he's not
Why isn't
fully
he
taking care of
downsized yet?
himself. Well,
Cause
because as we see around the house, she sees all these awards and she sees an Oscar sitting there. We figure out he's an Oscar-winning screenwriter from like the
Mhm.
golden age of Hollywood
Still doesn't make sense why he wouldn't downsize.
because he's got residuals,
he's got
man.
money, bro.
Yeah,
Why don't you live in a house that you can more easily access?
because he's
Listen,
lived in that
here-
house for
access.
45 years. That's what
Yeah.
he says, I think. Yeah.
Here in LA, we stop at like the age of 70. Like wherever
I'm
we're at, we
upset.
stop. We don't downsize.
No.
We work for that big house.
I don't think America is about downsizing the way
No.
Canada
That's
is.
No elderly person downsizes. They're like, I have an upstairs. I just never go there.
Basically.
Yeah.
And she's like, she like looks around. She sees he's super alone. He's got like a TV dinner. He's got papers everywhere. Like he's very much alone. Exactly. And she's like, I'm going to dinner tonight. Would you like? Sorry to all the English people out there. Would you like to go to dinner with me? And she's like, Are you busy? And he's like, Honey, I haven't been busy since 1975. And then they go to dinner, and she's just like
So
cracking up.
cute.
I think we
Yeah.
cut back to London at this point.
They cut to
they
the
go to
dinner,
dinner.
and
They
she's
go to Din Din.
she's just so infatuated with his stories about old
Yeah.
Hollywood. Like he's like I forget the vibe, but like I got a job as a news boy or like an
Yeah.
errand boy for like the head of
Yeah.
MGM when I was 17. Like it's
Mhm.
all these like old Hollywood stories that
And,
she's
like,
so
if-
infatuated with.
That'd be
Like,
fun to
it-
hear.
Yeah, like me
I love
being in
listening
LA.
to old people reminisce. Like it's the best.
Yeah, especially like a good story like that, like old Hollywood. Like you never hear those stories. Like I would be excited to sit down and
Mm.
dinner with him, you know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And she's like, Hollywood is a million years away from me. Like, of course I'm so excited. And she's like,
Mhm.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I think we cut to the morning after the new Jude, right?
Hey, Jude, yeah.
Yes.
We cut to the morning after, and they're all having the awkward, like, well, I'm never going to see you
Like,
again. I'm leaving on a plane tonight. Like, I'm going back to LA.
Right.
Yeah.
And
She
he's
thinks-
kind of hurt because she's like, look, I'm not going to fall in love with you. And he's like, ouch. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
She
And he's
literally
like,
said that.
yeah. Well, they
Also,
go back
what
and
does
forth.
he
of-
think? He
Well,
just
no, they go
they're
back
both
and forth.
idiots.
Like, yeah.
That was their
He says
agreement.
that. Yeah. He says he's like, well, I've been known to hurt women, or women. I say things that seem to hurt women. So, and she's like, look, I don't think I even know how to love. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
been in love. Like, so they're both like, we're broken people.
Yeah, we should fuck again one day.
Annoying.
Basically, yeah.
They're super broken, but new Jude's the reason why he's broken is really sad. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
Ugh.
And so
doesn't have
then
to
he's
play
like,
it up. He doesn't have to
Right.
be a victim.
Well,
Mhm.
Figure
Okay,
it out,
also-
Jude.
the night of new Jude, like he was like, I've slept with many women. And I was like, ooh, because I know the future of it. And I was like, oh, that sounds so bad.
Who has STDs? Do they both get it?
Yeah.
And then the movie ends.
And the greatest gift of all, herpes.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
It's a giving time, okay?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so then he's like, hey, if you don't decide, sorry, I should stop with the accent. If you don't decide to leave.
No, you should do it even harder. Like, if they don't decide to leave.
Hey, Cam, love your hair.
I'll tell you. I have very silly images of all the characters now.
I hope they're like Wallace and Gromit. Type, like, just
like claymations. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Cam. No. Hey, if you decide that you want to stay, if you say you want to stay, I'm going with some friends tonight, and I'd love to see that. And she's like, I don't know. I'm Amanda Woods. I don't know.
Oh my God. This sounds like it would bug the fuck out of me. I'd probably turn this movie off. Not gonna lie.
No.
You'd
stay for Kate's story. It's a good.
That's what I'm saying.
Story.
That's probably the only good story.
If we stayed on Kate's story, it would be its own. It would be an hour and a half.
It'd be a better movie.
No, I like.
Yes, it would.
I don't know if it's the champagne
Sorry,
talking. But
Tess, this is what I do. I usually tear apart the movie.
I
love it.
But the one thing though is that like his phone's on the counter and it's ringing, and he gets calls. He's getting calls from someone.
Women.
Two women's names, Sophie and Olivia. So she kind of deduces, he's a player. Like,
well, he said that
women.
too.
He does kind of say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So surprised, Cameron.
Yeah.
Right. So they're setting up Nude Jude in like a bad way, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And you're just like, fuck this guy too.
Yeah. So he's like outside on the phone and he's like, no, I can't do that tonight. I can't. No, it's okay. Like, no, but I can't see you tonight. And she's like, out the window. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, and then she gets caught at one point. And she's like, put up with her little bob.
So silly.
And so she goes to the airport, and the airport guy's like, hello, ma'am, which I don't understand this point.
She does go to the airport. Okay.
She goes all the way there.
All the way there. And he like opens the thing, looks through her bag, which is weird, and then closes it. We didn't need this scene. And does he say something to get her to change her mind, or does she just change her mind?
This is we're both the same right now. I forget this scene. I think me and my partner were talking when this scene happened because I didn't realize she went to the airport, but she changes her mind.
Way to pay attention, William.
It's like one of those things where she's like looking at the ticket and then like thinking about Nude Jude Wang and then goes, I gotta go back.
Nude Jude Wang.
Nude Jude Wang.
This.
Yeah, that's like in comparison to like Clothed June Wang, which is very different. You know, it's just sticking out.
But like also the substance. Okay, the substance of this. Like, I don't think you need to go all the way to the airport to think about have your decision made by Nude Jude Wang. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like.
What do you speak for yourself?
No, because then there's all that doubt, right? She's like, I need to go home. But then she's so easily turned back because of some boy's pee-pee. Come on.
She's like,
that's how every rom-com starts. It's like, we don't get along. We're different people, but that pee-pee
is okay with me.
Is out of this world.
Wow.
So like every rom-com.
Sickened by people.
So she goes back.
Abstinence is key.
Abstinence is key. Yes. I can't say the next thing I was going to say because it gives into it. Okay. But I think they go back to LA every now and then, and it's like these sweet moments. But like the big next thing that happens is that they start playing this like really this song that did not match the moment. It was like break down.
Oh yeah. It's
right?
Where is it?
Sounds pretty
it's
good.
Apparently the credit song for Garden State because my partner was like, "Oh my god, it's this song! I forgot about this song." It's a weird.
Fun.
I remember the first time I watched this movie, that moment stuck out. I was like, "That's a weird song to play." I don't know. It's just very
didn't match,
weird.
right?
No,
what was
match
happening?
The scene. Well, he goes to the pub and he's like, he sees his friends. He's like, and he's all sad because she's not there. But then, the crowd disperses and Amanda's sitting at a table in the pub. And then she's like,
and she's perfect. Like the lighting is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at me and my mom. Can't.
Bring that wang over here, boy.
Bring that PP this way.
It's actually a strip club.
I
Strip
hate
club.
this part of the movie so much.
I like how you're like penis. It's just like imagine people talking like bring that penis over here. It sounds like an alien thinking like
say
that's how we
pee-pee.
smooth talk. In
Hey, I
human.
told you I was born and raised Catholic. I don't know how to say the other words. Very uncomfortable with
Okay.
sexuality.
You repressed Catholic. You okay?
As I have all my buttons. One got undone. Oh, no.
Put it up,
Put
hurry.
that
This is
button back on.
This is a PG podcast.
PG-13.
Oh, God. I think we dropped enough F-bombs that it's
What the
NC-17.
fuck are you talking
And
about?
peepees.
Yeah.
Dropped enough peepees.
So
I
they're back.
genuinely-
They're together. They're
Yeah.
together at the pub. And then I generally also
losers.
kind of forget exactly what happens, but in LA, Iris and Miles are starting to get along more too. They're
Hanukkah
starting
party.
to-
Hanukkah party. Hanukkah party.
Hanukkah party. Yes.
Hold on.
Okay.
Say that again. In LA, so and so and
Hanukkah
who?
party.
Oh, Miles. That's Jack Black's character. We never said
Okay,
his name.
thank you.
His name's
Jack Black.
Miles.
Oh, okay.
And Kate.
What are they
Okay.
doing?
Well, he
No, I'm
shows
kidding.
up at
Oh, yeah.
he shows up at Amanda's house, but at Iris's for another. I forget the reason, but he's dropping off something. There's something.
Yeah,
there's a
something
reason
work
he's there.
related. Something
Yeah.
work related.
And
Sounds like there's a lot of work she was supposed to do this week that she's not
Yeah.
doing.
2 weeks,
That's the
bruh.
point.
2
She's-
weeks.
2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh yeah, everything happens in 2 weeks. A lot of shit happens in 2 weeks in this movie.
Basically, yeah.
But
That's insane. I go on
he gets
vacation,
there
I
and-
stay in bed all day.
Seriously.
and he hears
Read.
a Hanukkah part, or no, sorry, he hears commotion in like
He
the other room.
hears a
And he's like, "Oh, you
Hanukkah
having
party."
a party?" And she's like, "Hanukkah party," and it's like Arthur and all his old Hollywood friends,
Aw.
All
and
Hollywood Jewish friends.
and
yeah.
Jack Black is Jewish. I didn't actually realize that until I like looked it up after this movie because it was like
Mm.
he's like I could. I don't know. I think he's like I could schwitz a little. I don't know. He doesn't say schwitz, but he's like
He
like I
might.
can.
Isn't that sweat? Isn't that?
No, that's
Schwitz,
that's
is it
sweating in
not?
a.
It's like
a hot
sweat,
room.
but he might
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah, but he's talking about like,
Okay.
oh,
Right.
bar mitzvah. He says a bunch of dreidel, bar mitzvah. He says a bunch of Jewish words as he he's like dreidel, bar mitzvah. He literally says like, I can spin
Mazel
the dreidel
tov.
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
And so
Yeah.
they all have a great grand old time with the old guys, him and Kate.
They all go around like the camera. Imagine this. It's like a rom-com. The lighting in the dining room. There's like a lady making food in the background. And they're like this. And then they like spin around the table with the camera so we can see everyone. It's like all these Jewish men, old men. They're like, remember the time we were Hollywood this, that? And he's like, oh yeah, Hollywood this, that. And then they started talking about the old man and they were like, his wife, what did he say? Oh my God, what's that fucking joke? Why didn't I write this down? Tess, hello. It was like something about her having a nice ass, or like they were like, yeah, she was amazing. His wife was amazing. And he's like,
It
looked
was
over,
probably
he's
like,
like,
her caboose was the bee's knees because they're all old, you know.
Aw, that's
in
cute.
English apparently.
That's so cute.
It is a really cute moment.
Yeah.
I would
It's
have
just
loved to
also
be at that
funny
table.
because the old men are like saying like she got a fat ass, but like in old man terms.
She got a
It's
fat
so
ass.
cute.
Oh,
Badass.
we actually missed something, and
Oh.
it's kind of important because it's the name of the drinks. When they're
Talk
at
to
dinner,
me.
when Iris and Arthur, the old man, are at dinner and they're reminiscing, she
Mhm.
tells them a bit about her situation with Jasper, right? Like she's just opening up,
Okay.
and he's like, in every movie, there's the leading lady and the best friend. You're acting like the best friend, and she goes, "You're right. I should be the leading lady of my own life." Like that. So
Yeah.
that's the name
He's
of
like,
the drink. Yeah.
You're the leading lady.
Yeah,
Did I
you're
get
the
close
leading
to it?
lady type.
That
Yeah.
was good. That sounded good.
That was close enough. Yeah.
I liked it.
We'll get there by the end of this. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
basically those old radio voices, like "Welcome to the
Yeah.
baseball game."
Shay, yeah.
Shay, I think that's his voice. And she's
Yeah.
like,
Hey?
"Oh my God, I've spent $10,000 in therapy, and she's never told me that."
Yeah.
Jesus.
They really
Basically.
dig at therapy in that. Just
Oh, my
like, she
therapist
never made it as
sucks.
clear as that. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
So
I
we missed
didn't-
that scene, but that happened. And then
Yeah.
but basically it's the end of the night. All the old guys left, but her and Miles are like sitting around, and he's like, "That was such a great night. I've never had so much fun." And we just see a little bit of them like having great chemistry,
Hanging
which they do.
out.
Jack
Oh,
Black has great chemistry with Kate
Of course they
Winslet.
do. Jack Black
Yeah.
has a personality.
Oh, of course. I know.
Yeah.
None of these
Yes.
other fucking rom-commers have personality.
It's true.
They
Yeah.
don't.
They don't. Well, okay.
Yeah.
And then Jack Black leaves the house and he's like, mwah, on the cheek. And then she's like,
it's like a friendly thing because he's still with his girlfriend that he thinks is like, he's like, I don't know why this actress is with me. She's a beautiful actress and she's with me.
Let me tell you something. Okay.
please.
I know. It's
Kisses
never just a
on
kiss
the
on the cheek.
cheek are only a friendly thing if you're in fucking Europe. Okay? North Americans
in
do
fucking
not
Europe.
fucking kiss on the cheek.
Right?
They
true.
don't, right? None of us.
No.
Yeah. Unless they're
Although if Jack
like
Black
New
kissed me on the
York
cheek, I'd be like,
artists
that's a
or
good
like,
friend. That's a good
You'd be like,
friend.
you
right
missed.
No. Jack, you
Yeah.
better break it up with your girl before you move forward with this one. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, funny
Well, that's kind of the
thing.
theme. The theme of the movie is like the other people, right? Cameron was cheated on, and then she feels like she's just one of lying of women with Jude.
Yeah.
Kate was the other woman, and then she's like having a good time like with this guy, but who has a girlfriend. So it's like this theme of like everyone's partnered up and cheating on each other, sort of thing.
Right.
I hate that
Yeah.
shit. That fucking pisses me off. I hate this movie.
Yeah, but Jack Black's not cheating. He's not
No.
cheating yet.
He's not. Jack Black, JB's dope, dude.
He's the
like,
best guy
hey,
in the film.
He knows what
Literally.
he's doing, though. He fucking knows. He knows what that kiss on the
No.
cheek was.
He does linger, and then he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Like,
Yeah.
it was a little.
You know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
No, the
Okay,
rest of
fucking
like
play
at this point in the
stupid
movie, everything's a bit of a
Jack.
blur. But there is a scene.
Same.
There's a scene where Jasper calls Kate
Jasper.
calls Iris, and it's just like, I need your help with these pages I'm writing. Like, you always have the best page.
Fuck
Like, can
off,
I FedEx them
Jasper.
to you? And she's like,
Yeah.
No,
yeah, I'm pathetic. Yes, I will
Come
do it.
on.
I'll
Like,
do this. No problem.
Yeah.
you're on vacation.
She's
Exactly.
like, mail them to me. Mail them to
Mail
me.
them. They're
Yeah.
not going to get there in the rest of the time she's
They
there.
do. They get there in like 2 days.
yeah. But she doesn't look at them. She tosses them to the side because Miles showed up and they have a good time. And they just like, she tosses
Okay.
the pages aside, doesn't look at them again
Good.
until later. But we'll get to that.
But okay, so like to reflect
pissed.
on what's happening here and how our characters have evolved, Kate, she's like having the time of her fucking life, dude. She's like living her best life. I'm over here like writing Kate needs to live in Cali. And then Cam's over there like, like, how am I supposed to have this relationship with new Jude when I'm just trying to get over this cheater dude? Like, it's like she's trying to get over this cheater dude, and then she's trying to figure out where her relationship is with new Jude. And I'm like, why are you even like, stop, like, fuck him and then move on. Like, you can't, there's no way that right now you know what to do. You do not have a clear head. Don't tell me you're magically in love with, like, you're feeling feelings. Like, it's,
Yeah,
you
it's
need
like
to,
a
you need to
freaking
heal.
week.
Mhm.
And yeah, you haven't done any self-reflection, you dumb little bitch.
Tell her.
Yeah.
You tell her.
Mhm.
You fucking
Exactly.
dig deeper.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
Yeah.
so basically they
Yeah.
Cam and New Jude hang out like for the day. They drink, but she's still very suspicious
always
of
just
him
drink.
and
too.
his women.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which is like his
basically,
mom and his sister.
basically
Yeah.
like
Or cousin, or I don't know.
yeah. Like she kind of like goes like, oh, I'm not going to see you again because I just think you're a womanizer.
Yeah,
But
she
then-
keeps saying that.
But then she like realizes, no, I am going to see you again, and she shows up at his house.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find
Right?
this
Yeah.
house?
And he, okay, ready? This is what happens. He like, okay, here, I'll be Cam. No, I'll be new Jude. You be Cam. Can
Okay.
you do
Okay.
your best Valley girl?
Oh
Okay.
fuck.
You got this. Here we go.
First,
That's not how
Oh,
doors sound.
Oh, Amanda. Hello.
oh hi. I you know what? I feel like I changed my mind. I want to stay. I want to stay and hang out with you.
Oh, that's weird because my shirt is tousled and I'm hardly opening the door. And so I'm just going to look at you really awkward while you continue just going on.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. She's not British, but I'm going to be honest. I forget how this scene plays out.
And then you hear, Daddy, who's at the door, Daddy? And then she opens the door and he's like, oh, I'm Daddy. And then
He's the
she's
father.
he's a dad.
Yeah.
So Sophie and Olivia are not women he sleeps with, but his daughters.
Pause.
Yeah.
how do Sophie and Olivia have their own cell phones?
That's what I was
They
thinking.
each have their own cell phone.
Yeah.
I know.
How old are they? Like 3 and 5?
And this is 2006.
7.
Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I could believe it if this movie came out now. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
6-year-olds have their own cell phone.
Yeah.
But 2006, I'm like, I didn't have my own cell phone in 2006.
That was definitely one of those, like, I don't know, there's like a word for it, but like
I
in
don't
a
know what
movie
they were
where you
thinking.
just have to believe it's happening. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, what is
Suspension
that
of
called?
disbelief.
There
Just
it
like
is.
when the movie announcer comes on and you're like, oh, she actually hears that guy. I think
Amanda
she
Wood.
needs more than a vacation. I think she needs
Right.
some deep-seated therapy.
Right.
Now,
yeah.
actually, I want to know, Alenka, how do you think this is going to go from here? Can you make a prediction?
Oh,
Ooh.
Cameron Diaz is going to be like, you're married with kids. And then he'll be like, no, I'm single with kids, bitch. And then she's
He
going
says,
to,
yeah, he's like,
basically, she's going to get
"Bitch."
mad. She's going to run away. And then eventually he'll be able to explain himself and she'll turn a leaf over because he's obviously single with kids.
Well,
Single puppy with the baby.
He's and you know what? He's sadly single.
Yeah, his wife
Yep.
died, obviously.
yeah.
Oh, you're just a screenwriter over there, aren't you?
Yeah,
You just know
obviously.
everything.
It's a fucking
should write
rom-com.
movies.
I can
Yeah.
obviously, like, fuck. We know.
But like the kid, okay, sorry, but children with an English accent, like my
Cute?
ovaries hurt
Oh.
right now. Like,
Mm.
ow, can we? I just want to have
Daddy.
children with English accent.
Owie.
Daddy.
Yeah, because
Can
you
she
can
come
only
and
talk to them
Have
with an
children
English accent.
with your American man and just teach your kids English accents. Just
That's
forever
so
speaking
Yeah,
English
yeah,
accents.
yeah. That's what you should do.
But in my
Little
like terrible
Lindsay.
English accent.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they grow
Only
up and
have
they go
them
to
watch
school and they're like,
BBC.
hello, where are you from? California.
California.
Is this a pencil? Number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
Oh, are you from England? No.
No.
I'm from the valley.
I think you should.
Yeah. But she comes in and she looks like very Hollywood and she's like, hey, what's up, kids? And she's like, I'm not offended. I just wanted to fuck your dad, but now I fucking can't. Right?
Yeah.
She's such a
And then
brat.
this scene is kind of weird. So they're like all hanging out, like in like.
So
They're-
he
they're
tells
the
her
kids-
right away that like,
Well, yeah,
oh, my
he's
wife
like,
died.
he basically is just like, I don't tell people I'm a father right away because he
Yeah.
doesn't know how to date. He actually hasn't dated in so long.
Like
He
2
just kind
years,
of hooks
yeah.
up with people because he doesn't know how to have a real relationship since his wife died. And it's kind of like a
Sure.
sad thing because he's like, most of his time is spent sewing and being a dad. And
Right. As you do
He's
when
the
you're
old
dad.
man.
It's a lot of sewing. That's
Yeah.
about it. Being a dad, you learn how to sew.
And the kids are so cute. They're like, can you stay the night? You smell so good. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, she's
He's-
like, you smell lovely,
Yes, it's
Amanda.
Nice.
Just all this whole thing. It's so sweet. And she's like,
and it's hard to tell.
tell.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, she's very much like I don't know. She's not immediately like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Dad Wang. I'm gonna take these kids on. I'm a
Dad
single
Wang.
working person, high powered.
So wait, she
Movie
does do
person.
that or she does not?
Well, it's hard to tell if she's like deciding whether or not she's gonna do that or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point though, I think she's like, I'm in with this guy, but she doesn't know how it's gonna work.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But in LA,
Like
the
anybody
better
that would
story.
be joining a fucking person.
I said this to Sam, my partner. I was like, this movie is differently weighted because Cam has New Jude, and
Right.
that's it, basically.
Yeah.
But Kate has Miles. She has Jasper. She has this old man relationship. She's got so much fucking things to
She's
juggle.
living the life.
But
Yeah,
then
I'm
we
not
cut to
gonna lie.
England,
We
it's-
keep cutting back to England, and I get immediately bored.
Right?
It's
and,
true.
like,
It's
annoyed.
just one storyline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's tell her the story of what's happening with
Let's just
old man
honestly, let's just
Jenkins.
fucking skip the rest of Cam's story. Let's just tell
Okay.
me that part.
Well, at this point, you kind of can.
Yeah.
But when we're back in LA, like Miles and her are getting along. And then this is something we forgot. Another thing at the dinner is that the old man is like talking about all these great classic movies with leading ladies. And he's like, I'm going to give you a list of movies you got to watch. So she's slowly
we
working
get
through all
that
these
list?
movies. We should get that list.
We
Yeah.
should, yeah.
And so there's this video store scene. This is the video store scene.
Oh, my favorite
Okay.
scene.
Yeah. So like she like phones,
He sings.
like Miles phones her, I think. And he's like, well, she's like, I'm picking up a movie with my list from Arthur. Like, would you like some company? And she's like, yes, I would love company, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Cute.
Because she just had that phone call with Jasper, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
She called Jack Black, or Jack Black called her?
Jack Black called her because they're friends now. They're kind of like friendly. They're just like, they want to hang out.
Remember what happens right before that? I keep interrupting you. She's like, okay, this is the funny part. All right, I'm going to be Iris, and then you're going to be Cam and New Jude on the phone.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
I was going to say, these playouts have not been all that successful.
Yeah, here we go. The play is going to work. The play is the thing.
Hello.
Oh, hey, sis.
Yeah, going well.
When are you coming home? I miss you.
I don't know. I love it here. Yay. Oh, wait, I'm getting another call. Hang on 1 second. Beep. Hello.
Oh, hey. I'm just phoning to see how everything's going with you. Everything going great?
So great. Hi. I've never heard your voice before, even though you're staying in my house and taking care of my dog. It's gross. So, wait, sorry, I got another call. Wait. You know what? You should go meet my brother. Have you met my brother?
Graham?
You know him.
Yeah, we met.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to ask him how he is?
Yeah, totally ask him. Yeah, ask him how he is.
1 second. Hi, brother.
Oh, hey.
Okay, wait, I have another. Okay, yeah.
So what? She's like, oh, I met that woman who's staying in your house. Dude, maybe you should ask her how she is. Just ask her for me.
So weird. She just asked me how you are. Okay, no problem. I'm not skeptical about anything yet. 1 second. Beep. Hello. He wants to know how you are. So crazy.
Oh, yeah. You just tell him I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. How is he?
I'll tell him. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. You fucked her. You got in her knickers. I can't believe you.
It's still Amanda over here.
Bollocks. Shit. So that's how it goes. That's how she finds out that they fucked each other.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And she specifically was like, the one thing she asked me was if there was many men in my town, and I said
That's
none.
right.
And you had to shag your way into her panties or something. I don't know.
Well,
That's like saying
obviously she allowed it though. You know, she also wanted it to happen.
It's true.
So then Miles calls and he's like, yo, I want to go to the video store. And he's like, I want to go with you. Do you want company? She's like, yes, I would, because I'm lonely. And then they go to the video store. I'm pathetic.
Yes.
All right, well,
so they go to the video store, and this is where Jack Black comes out. This is the point in the movie where it's Jack Black, because he's all like, he's picking up movies like these classic movies, and he's scatting the theme songs. He's like, oh, this amazing theme song, you know, like Gone with the Wind, like he's just like scatting all the movies in the joke. And then he picks up the Graduate with Dustin Hoffman, and he goes like here's to you, Mrs. Robinson, and then we cut like behind Iris, and Dustin Hoffman himself is here, and he like looks off and then just like walks away. Fun
That's
fact.
So weird.
This is the fun fact of this movie. Dustin Hoffman was out and about one day, and he was like, I'm gonna go rent a movie from Blockbuster, sees all the lights set up, gets to this Blockbuster, find out they're filming for this movie. He's a friend of the director and the writer, and they're like, oh, do you want to like cameo? And he's like, sure. So they quickly write him into this little scene where he picks up the Graduate tape, and he's right behind him. And that's
pretty fun.
Yeah, so that's a fun fact. It happened all in like
when
the day.
Blockbuster
he just showed up.
was a thing.
Yeah,
right. I miss Blockbuster. I miss the smell of Blockbuster. You guys had Blockbuster?
We had Blockbuster. Yeah.
Aw.
It was worldwide.
The only movies I ever watched.
No.
Prestige worldwide. Had to.
Do it. It's Step Brothers. Step Brothers.
That's Boats and Hoes. Boats and Hoes.
Boats and Hoes. And then Jack Black and Kate Winslet, Kate have a moment where they're like, oh, wait, we forgot a scene. Okay, so Old Man Jenkins, was not his real name, I just can't remember. Arthur. Kate Winslet's like, I'm Kate, and I'm coming over to your house because we're friends. And he's like, I got some mail. I'm just going to throw away this piece of mail. And Will, what's in that piece of mail?
Well, it's an invitation from the Writers Guild of America, and it's clear they've invited him a whole bunch of times. They want to honor him at a dinner. because of his prolific career as a screenwriter. But he's like, I'm not going to that. I'm not going to sit around with people who just want to meet me and that's it. They don't care about my work. I'm not doing it. He's like an old curmudgeon. And she's like, this is a big deal. You've got to go. Yeah. And basically, she goes like, I will be your date. And he's like, nothing would make me happier, but I'm not going. He's like,
oh, good.
She's
that's
like,
what
I can't even walk up the steps. And she's like, what if I got you in shape? And then it's kind of like a rom-com montage.
Me? Shut the
fitness
fuck up.
montage.
Come on.
Yeah, I really want that. I wish this montage was more like, dude, better get a montage now. Like, I wish it was just like him like walking up steps. But it is a montage of him like in the pool, like in Cameron Diaz's pool. That's like silly. Walking, like practicing, like because he walks with a walker, and then they're eating on the couch, and he's going to get up, I guess, to use the bathroom, but she like pulls his walker away from him, so he has to like walk by himself, and it's like it's a little fun, cute montage. Like
he really didn't want to go there with a walker, eh? That's why.
No, yeah, because he just feels emasculated, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, they can't know that I'm old because I don't age.
Because the walker is what's going to give it away.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's your old ass face, man.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Gravity.
But that's the other storyline with the old man is she's like helping him to gain his confidence back as a classic
cute,
Hollywood person. Yeah.
Yeah. Cute. It's really cute. And then cut to Jack Black. He's like doing plinky plonky music on the piano again. And he's like, I wrote this theme song for Arthur. And it's literally like the theme song of Up. Like it's so cute.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like it's very kind of old, but like upbeat. And she's like, oh my God, it sounds like Arthur.
It sounds old like Arthur.
And then he like very, very skillfully transitions into a softer piano tune. He's like, well, I wrote a theme song for you.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, this is important. This is important. Yes, this is important. At the video store, he sees his girlfriend outside the video store walking with another man.
What?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like,
romantically.
What, Maggie? And then they have a little argument and basically like they break up.
They do break up.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend because she's cheating on him with him. And so they go back to Iris's and he's just like, and she's all like, just so you know, I've felt the same insignificant and small that you have. I know what it feels like. And he's like, oh man, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that happens, and then they're at the piano, and he's like, "Here's this tune I made for."
I'm less mad at him.
But then there's a knock at the door, right, Will?
Oh, not this time. Oh. No, not at this point. But like, there's a point where
there will be.
Yeah, there's a point where basically,
get ready. Oh, is it Cam and Jude boning in the bed again?
I mean, they're boning.
I don't care about their storyline.
There's a scene where they pan up and like I hate when this happens in movies when they're like nude in bed, but like Jude Law, it's like the sheets are at their waist and Cameron Diaz has like a bra on, and you're like, just put it all the way over to be like they're naked. You don't need to.
You don't need to see her bra.
Or unless they say like they had sex so quickly, like it was so passionate that like half the clothes stayed on, but.
Right. But like
I feel like it's actually not passionate when the clothes stay on though, you know?
Right. It's like, let's get this over with.
Just quick. Yeah.
Well, it's also like they're doing it in his sister's bed. Like that's so disturbing.
Ew, disrespectful.
Which she's got to be in the back of her mind. Like Iris is over there like, I can't believe he's fucking in my bed right now. What the fuck's wrong with him? I'm going to write him a stern text later.
I'm going to get
because it's 2006.
Yes.
I'm going to Instagram DM him. Mm-hmm.
Iris, I think what happens is Iris and Miles are out for sushi.
That's right.
Is this what happens? Yeah.
I don't know if it's the order, but
I don't know the order, but they're out for because there's a point where Iris is sad. She gets sad again.
Mm-hmm.
So they're out for sushi. Miles gets a phone call from Maggie, and he's like, "She misses me." Like,
fuck off.
I got to go meet her.
Yeah.
And she's
Come
like,
on.
Oh, like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Like, or she's like, go meet her. Like, she changed her mind. Of course, you're a great guy. And I think that's what prompts her sadness.
Like,
something else might prompt her sadness. Anyway, she's sad. She decides to close the remote controlled curtains in Cam's bedroom.
I want those.
To read Jasper's writing. And as she's getting settled in to read, she gets a call from Jasper. And he's like, oh, did you get my gift? And she's like, what? Gift? Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's more Valley Girl, but
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
What? No. Answer the
Yeah.
door. I
She's
don't
like,
see
"Was
any
it-
books.
it's not in the kitchen. It's where is it? Oh, Jasper, you absolute wanker. She doesn't say that, but
But
she's
she
like,
was thinking it.
yeah. But she opens the front door and Jasper's there.
He's there.
To
He went to
Why?
California.
Yeah.
Why?
All for her. It's so romantic.
No,
So
it's not. It's
romantic.
fucking bullshit.
Then the
What
movie
the
ends.
Yeah.
kind of psychotic
yada yada yada.
motherfucker
She's
is
like,
he?
oh my God. She's like, maybe he finally chose me. Maybe like this is my happily ever after. But we find
Yeah.
out no, he's still getting married. He just
He's
wants a
still
little
getting
piece on the
married.
side. Yeah. And then
She's
I
like,
don't know. I don't know what she
bullshit.
says, but can Tess
So
Tess,
he
can you
did all
deliver the
that
big
for a little piece on the side. I'm sure he could have found another little piece on the side,
exactly.
right where he was.
Right.
Would
Not
have been
as
cheaper.
loyal. Not as loyal as Kate. Kate.
Exactly. And she's like, oh, we're going to be together forever. And he's like, well, and she's like, please tell me that you've been with your blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, and she's like, you fucking wanker, fuck you and your Harry Potter accent. Get out of here. I've got gumption and I'm
Oh yeah,
going.
she's like, I've got gumption. That's
I've got gumption.
What does gumption
Because-
even mean?
Old man Jenkins taught her that word.
yeah.
It was like
Yes.
It's like the old Hollywood. I've got spirit. I pull
Yeah.
up my bootstraps.
bootstraps.
Gumptions.
Yeah.
Gumption. She's like, get out of my house. Get out of here.
House. Get into my house.
She's
She turns into
in the
Shrek.
corner.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
trying
Get out of my
get you in my
swamp.
swamp.
Get out of my
Oh,
swamp.
man.
Get out. And he gets out of a swamp. And she's like, I've got gumption. I'm Gumby. And then she goes,
I'm Gumby.
and she's like, I've got a date tonight. And he's 90 years old. And she goes to Old Man Jenkins' house. And this is the most beautiful, most romantic moment I've ever seen. It's like Old Man Jenkins and Kate. We're almost to the end, don't worry. And she's like, but I'm here. I'm ready for your night because and that's how the doorbell goes. And he answers the door and he's like, wow, you're a knockout. And she's
Aw.
like, oh, I could say the same to you. And he's like, I got you something. And then he has a corsage, with like the little
Corsage.
For
prom.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
He's like, back in my day, this is how it went. And she's like, Old Man Jenkins, you're so amazing.
I love it. Jenkins is nowhere, but I love that name. That's his name now.
That is his name now.
Arthur Jenkins. Old
Jenkins.
man Jenkins.
Old man Jenkins.
And she's like, let's go. And then they go to the event and she's like he's like holding on to her because he doesn't want to have his like walker. And they walk into the theater and this guy just knows to walk towards them. I was like, who is this extra in his one line?
Yeah.
Right? He walks over.
Yeah.
He's like, Mr. Arthur. Well, he's like, Mr. Arthur, is this your sorry, woo, champagne hit. Up.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, come on into the theater. And then what happens? Well, take it away.
Well, they walk. So they come into the lobby and it's like, it's empty. It's like completely empty. So his mind, it's like, oh, no one came for this.
Huh.
And they walk into
Aw.
the auditorium of the theater and it's full of people and they just immediately applaud him.
I bawled.
It's so sad. It's not sad. It's
Bawling.
happy sad. It's just like, oh my God, like he's got recognition. Cause like the idea is he's this forgotten screenwriter no one knows about anymore. No one cares about what he did, even though he added the kid to the line.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, kid, in the Casablanca. Like that's like he's this prolific
got you.
screenwriter, and all these people are clapping for him, and he's walking with his arm around Kate, and then he's got his arm around the usher who walks him, and then they get to the steps up to the stage, and it's red carpet, and then he looks at him, and he's like, he pushes away the usher, and he kind of walks it up by himself. No walker, no help at all.
Cutie.
And then he lands the joke.
Cutie.
He's like, wow, this was a hard thing to do. Getting up those stairs. Yuck, 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 yuck. And then Jack
He's
Black's
being
like,
serious.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
and then Jack Black runs in down the aisle and gets to Iris, and he goes like, "Sorry, that Maggie thing took longer, but it's done, kaput, it's over."
And she's like, oh my God, in her head, because we all know what happened with her and Jasper Butthead, dude. Get out of my swamp. And she's like, I just kicked Jasper out of my swamp. That's crazy. And then Yeah, and then
I don't know what Jack Black says, but whatever he says.
New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, he's like, hey Iris, what are you doing New Year's Eve? She's like, oh, I'm gonna be back in England by New Year's Eve, and he's like, well, I've never been to England. He's like, would you be my date if I went to England? And and she's like, yes, and they kiss. They kiss.
cute. Oh, that's cute. There's like blah blah blah. I'm important in Hollywood.
One thing it's really nice we forgot to mention, but when he's playing Iris's theme song on the piano, he's like, I made you a theme song. He goes, Iris, if you were a melody, and he plays it, and it's super nice and sweet. And what it is it's actually kind of the entire score of the movie. It's that tune he starts playing almost, because there's kind of like a through line score throughout the movie, which is Hans Zimmer's MO. But
so good.
He starts playing it and he's like, I only use the good notes. And it's like, oh, he's such a great guy, Jack Black.
I love Jack Black.
I do love Jack Black.
All right, Alenka, don't kill us, but we have to go back to Cam for
we have to go back to England.
Fine.
So she's like,
at this point, they've had a bunch of conversations about how, like, oh, I don't know if long distance will work. How is this going to work? I can't stay here. I'm too busy.
Got 2 kids.
And then she's like, you're going to be away from the kids too much, and then I'm going to be away from work too much, and then we'll resent each other and have an argument and fight. Like, she's just kind of already like derailing the relationship before it even begins.
Well, yeah.
And then her driver pulls up, the guy who said he couldn't get. Remember the guy that was like,
oh yeah,
sorry miss, I can't get you from here. He pulls up literally to the front gate. It's still snowing the same amount.
He lied.
And he's like packing up the car, and she's like, I'm gonna, and he's like, well, write me or something, I don't know. Send me a message in a bottle or something, because they're across seas. I don't know. And he's like,
what's at me, babe? Yeah.
Okay, Alenka, I want you to guess what Cam does in the car when she's driving away from her man. Can you guess from New Jude?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
It's a fucking rom-com.
We did make the point that she didn't cry, so
Yeah, I was hoping
we softballed that.
So
we
she'd been in
underhanded
love
that for a nice home run. Yeah.
So she in love.
She's like, so then she goes. He's like, okay, you be the driver. Ready? Oh no, here, I'll be the driver and you be Cam. Ready?
Yeah.
Did you have a good vacation, miss?
Oh yeah. And she's looking off in the distance. She's not English. She keeps saying English, but and then she starts breathing heavy, and it's almost like she thinks she's gonna get like her stress, but then she realizes she's not stressed anymore. Like she's not holding everything in, and she starts crying. She's like, and then she's like happy. She's like, oh. Turn around the car around.
But I can't. I don't know how to drive. And then she turns around and he's like, okay, this is as far as I can take you. I can't go any farther.
He's like, can you go faster? And he's all like, ooh, this road's a bit tricky. I can't go this fast. He's like, okay, stop. And then she just runs down the lane.
She really
in her 6-inch heels.
So let me get this straight. She thought that a car driving was going to be faster than her running.
Slower, yeah.
Right.
And it was, because it's too icy or something. It's too...
Something.
Even though she can run in 16 heels on this icy road.
Okay.
But.
And he just left her front gate, but that's fine. You know what I mean?
She runs across a field. She opens up a farm gate and then hops a fence. Like
it doesn't make
sense.
Hops
a fence. She hops a fence.
She comes back to the cottage, walks in, and guess what Jude Law is doing?
More
woman.
crying.
No, I'm kidding.
A woman.
He's moved on. No.
He cried too.
Yeah, he's just finished up crying his eyes out and they realize they're in love.
So they're in love, and she's like,
why would I leave on like the 2 days before New Year's Eve? Why don't I just leave like New Year's Eve or like later than New Year's Eve? And he's like, oh, that's so much better. That's 100. I'm like, that's another like 72 hours. But
and she's like, I figure I got a date. What are you doing New Year's Eve? And he goes, well, I've got the girls New Year's Eve. And she's like, that's perfect. And that's kind of like, oh, she's ready to be a mom as well.
Okay, like, but what are they going to do relationship wise moving forward? Like,
well, you know what? She had her fucking editing studio in her own LA home. I think she can edit from anywhere. I think she can produce television commercials or movie commercials anywhere.
I need the Holloway part 2.
She wants to move though. Yeah.
Apparently.
We don't know. It just ends.
We don't know. It just ends because it's a rom-com, and it's like everything's fine.
The ending, though, it's like such a nice ending.
It is cute.
So we cut and we see the girls walking down the stairs. It's New Year's Eve, and Iris picks up her niece and is all like, "Oh my God, I missed you so much. You're so big." Like gives her a kiss, and then she's like, "Oh, go sit beside Miles." And then Jack Black's on the couch with the girls, like making them laugh and being Jack Black.
He's like perfect with kids. Yeah,
it'd be so cool if Jack Black was her uncle.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Yeah, Jack Black, be my uncle if you're listening
and it's funny. It's great because Jack Black and Cameron Diaz are never on screen until this moment in this movie, but they have a whole established friendship, obviously. So they do a little like, "Oh, we're gonna dance off. We're gonna dance off, Miles." Like they have a little fun dance off, and you're like, "Oh yeah, they're friends." We didn't know this. Like we don't realize this until this scene.
Right.
There's like a brother sister moment, and it's like, we're dancing because don't forget we're brother and sister. Like
and then the camera pans out from the cozy little cottage. It's his house? It's supposed to be his house, right?
And he has a gigantic house.
Oh, it's a nice, big house.
Scored.
Yeah.
And then they're all in the window of the house. It's clearly like green screened in, like it's not like an actual shot of them in the house.
What are you talking about?
And it pulls out and credits roll, and it's happily ever after, I guess. It's just it's literally been 2 weeks of relationship, so who knows?
Right.
Like is Cam over the other guy? I don't know. Like it doesn't matter.
We don't know.
She's in love.
Yeah. I don't even remember the other guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bows. Yeah.
Bows. There was so much performing in this retelling.
There was. Yeah, we did a lot of scenes.
That was fun. That was
There was
so
a lot
fun.
of scene work going on. It was well done. Thank you.
I kept making Cameron Diaz British because I just like doing British. I don't think I can't do Valley Girl more than I can do British pathetic
hard.
woman.
We'll never know. We never heard of Valley Girl from you.
I know we never did we?
Just be like, and then you start from there. Like,
no.
There's C. There it is.
I'm Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Look at my bob.
Cam
I have blue
Bob.
eyes.
Cam Bob.
Man, thank you.
I run in snow. You're so welcome.
I run in snow and 6-inch heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I mean, any questions, Alenka? Anything you're like, I forget about, like, what happened here?
Honestly,
you want me to redo some scenes or like?
You do need like retake or like
encores?
Do you want it again or like do you want me to try like a different take this time? Like, do you want me to be like more sad or happier? Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a rom-com, man. Like there's not a lot more I feel like we could go deeper in than it's like a surface rom-com, you know? Like
it is. It really is. Like there's nothing special about this movie other than I say the cast. The cast in this movie is great.
Yeah.
This cast was brilliant. The script was written around the cast apparently.
Really?
Oh, it's very clear with Jack Black because you're like, oh, it's Jack Black. He's freedom to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like watching Jack Black. I feel like, you know, when you guys started talking about it, I was like, oh man, I'm going to watch it on Netflix. And then there's too much Cameron Diaz and Jude Law. And I was like, I'm not fucking watching this movie.
Watch it.
It's true. Kate Winslet's storyline is much more intriguing and fun.
Yeah.
Cam is just like, oh, I'm going to fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And is it going to be more? Also, who knows?
I mean, for some reason, none of the conflicts seemed very conflicty.
No.
What do you mean?
So, like, also, I was like, okay, when's the thing gonna happen?
Yeah.
Oh,
like when is Kate Winslet gonna announce she has cancer, sort of thing?
Right. I was like, when's like the big thing gonna happen? And it never really happened. Even like the thing with Maggie, I was like, oh, maybe like he'll have a thing with Maggie and there'll be really, really sad moments where like they're not going to be together anymore, but they were perfect for each other. But then he's like, nah, I dealt with it. It's fine.
Well, there is. No, but there is that moment. And that's when she's sad and Jasper shows up. But like,
but doesn't she go right to, right.
Yeah. The conflicts honestly happen so quickly. It's so immediate. Like Jasper shows up. Right. And it's not like he's there for half the movie. He's there for one scene where she goes, fuck you. Get out of my life.
Get out of my swamp.
I guess also that's like, I don't know.
Don't care.
Don't care. Ginger. Okay. Sorry.
I guess it almost feels like, I don't know. I feel like there's like all this growth that these women had, but it doesn't like seem like they actually experienced the growing part. You know what I mean?
But Kate did. Kate had a
But
time of her life.
Kate did. She sure
stood
did.
up for
She
herself,
sure
yeah.
did. However, Jasper
Gotcha.
came to her door and she still had sex with him, right?
No, she did not. She almost
No.
kissed him and she's like, wait a sec. Are you still going to go like married to another chick? And he's like, yes. And then she said, get out of my swamp. And then,
Oh,
and
get out
then,
of my
yeah.
swamp. And she said, get out of my swamp.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I'm going to say that to people now.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
But
Get
like
out of my swamp.
Cam needs to rewind, heal from douchebag, you don't know how to be with me guy, and then maybe proceed with new Jude because like she's going to have the worst time like getting like be like I'm in love, but also I need to get over myself. Like she has so much self. I'm like as a healer, she has so much self growth to go through. Like there's so much she needs to do before she can be with new Jude. You know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Cam
and, like,
has
become
the
a mom.
classic. Well, she has the classic rom-com.
And like they were literally just like effing boy buddies, effing buds.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
she
like,
has the
what
classic
kinda-
rom-com like women thing where it's like, here's this overworked woman who doesn't know how to love. Introduce man.
Yeah.
There it is. That's how it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
wang.
English wang.
Yeah. Now she knows how to love and not work. So now we're
Is this
good.
from
She's
is this from
progressive.
Family Guy?
Yeah.
I swear to God, Family Guy did a bit where like they're watching a rom-com and it's just this woman. She's just like, hello. She's got like 3 phone lines or like 7 phone lines. She's like, hello. No, I'm a businesswoman and I must conduct business. Hello. No, I'm doing business and I don't have time for socializing because I'm business. And then like another one. And then this guy just comes over, takes the phones away and he's like, Jennifer, in the next 67 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to love yourself all with my wang, like dick.
Yeah. With my
Something
penis.
with
yeah,
my
that's-
penis.
Basically, I'll
Yeah.
heal everything.
That's
Sex
her
is
storyline.
all.
Iris is much better. Iris is like, I learned to like stand up and love myself. And
Yes.
through that, I found Jack Black.
Yes,
Which is pretty cool.
right?
Wouldn't it be
Also,
great?
this old man Jenkins.
Yeah.
Old
who's
man
lovely.
Jenkins.
I would almost argue though, like she doesn't per se like I don't know. I feel like she was just like distracted by Jenkins instead of
Yeah.
like
Yeah, like that's like she had a lot of fucking storylines to juggle in her.
yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
what made her so interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
But my favorite love story was Old Man Jenkins and Kate. That was the best love
Yes.
story. It
Yeah,
was so
just the
cute.
platonic
was good.
friendship love.
I do like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I like
Like,
them.
and I was also thinking at the awards ceremony, I wonder how many people were like, "Oh, gold digger, like gold digger." She's just with him for his gold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You know?
true. It's so true.
For his
Right?
screenwriting his golden Oscar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of
That's a
love
good
story.
point. Right? But then I guess she kissed Jack Black and they're probably all like, oh,
Like that's
Oh.
confusing. Yeah.
And
what's
then
going
one
on
guy's like, is
there?
that Jack Black?
Yeah.
That's Jack Black.
That's
Is he on
that's
Jablonski
definitely Jack
game?
Black.
Wait. Oh, he scatted. That's Jack Black.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
Can you prove you're
Black.
Jack Black, please? Can I see your ID? It's like a
Yeah.
scatting
Just
license.
scats.
What?
I'd be so excited. We should honestly ask
Um,
Jack Black if he'll do one of our theme songs.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So
I'll ask
great.
Zach if he can imitate Jack Black and scat.
And we'll do a Jack
Zach
Black
Black?
month.
Yeah. We'll do. Oh,
Can I come back, please?
oh my. Yes.
Just for
Oh my
one. I
Honestly,
just want one.
I will look up Jack Black's birthday, and that'll be Jack Black month.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we? I
Yes.
love Jack Black.
Yes.
Although-
So perfect.
I wonder which ones of his I haven't seen.
Well, we'll have to make a list.
We'll
Jack
find
Black.
out.
Jack Black.
so
I want
excited.
you to guest on this show.
Me too. Honestly, what's the
Tess, you're
harm
in
in
LA.
reaching
You're closer
out?
to him tim we are. Just
I'll go knock on
just
his
like
door.
Should message him on
tie up
his
a note in a
YouTube.
rock and throw it in his backyard.
I'm gonna
Yes.
set a balloon and be like, "Whoever catches this, are you Jack Black? Please be Jack Black."
Please message us on this.
Oh.
Puppy.
Yeah.
Well, Alenka,
Yes.
how many new Jude Wangs do you give this movie?
Ooh, I give it like a shriveled cold wang.
No.
Yeah.
But that's just because you hate that storyline.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wait.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Can she? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
we're thinking
how
the same
many
thing.
how many Jack
Yeah.
Black scats do you give this movie?
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Ooh.
Boom. Same
Oh.
wavelength. Yes.
There we go. Ooh,
Boom.
she's stumped.
Because I
Dustin
wanted to
Thompson.
scat, but then I got nervous immediately and then lost the energy to scat, and now I'm too
Aw.
nervous.
Oh, I want to hear your best scatting.
We'll help
Alenka.
No, I give it like a yeah. You guys start it. A
right.
skit. Oh wait,
Scat.
scat in like harmony. A skip it. A scat. A skit.
Skip
Skip
it.
it.
Skip it, skip it, skip it, Skibadoo.
That's what we give him.
There we go.
Yeah.
I loved it. That was
like
great.
Jack.
We did not rehearse
I like
that.
Jack.
That was great.
No.
We did not
Just-
rehearse it.
Yeah. Just
We'll listen back and be
improvising.
like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll listen back and it's going to be all like way off. Like,
Yeah, it will.
I think we sound perfect. We sound good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, so skip it a bap out of Scooby-Doo.
Yes. That's a high
Yeah,
rating.
I'm definitely conflicted because I fucking hated half of it.
Yes, because it was Cam.
Yeah.
Cam Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that you say it, I realize watching it, I'm like, I also was like, let's go back to LA. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I feel like that's a huge flaw in this movie.
It's true.
I feel
it's
like
true.
maybe they started writing it and they were like, this is just like every other rom-com. Can we add
Shit.
something?
But I mean, this is 2006 rom-com, so it was the beginning of every other rom-com. I feel like rom-com,
Right.
Christmas movie, whatnot.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Loved it. That was fun.
well, Tess,
Yes.
I want to thank you for coming
Yes.
that was
on this show.
a fucking blast, you guys.
We are
was a
so happy you could
blast.
come on.
Sipping
It was
fucking
such a great-
champagne in Miami.
Oh yeah, champagne.
Give me the champagne, get out of my swamp.
I love that. We've now coined that. Get out of my swamp.
Get out of my
Trey.
swamp.
Us. Get out of my
Us, yes,
swamp.
that's our thing.
I love
Um,
it.
Well,
I love it.
if our listeners want to get into your swamp, that's another weird intro.
Ooh,
If they
I
want
know.
to see
I
a little
do
bit of
this.
what your not swamp but beautiful pond of content is, where can they find you?
True.
They
Swamp.
can find me in Swan Lake at OCD Podcast. And I know that we were reviewing a movie here, but I review comic books, believe it or not. And if you go back to, I think almost exactly 1 week ago, these guys over here, they came on and they reviewed some Batman with me.
We did.
Yeah.
Batnips are included. You can
Yeah.
check me out on Instagram and Facebook at OCD Podcast, Twitter at Ongoing Comic Pod, and that's about it. Come on over. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Come on over.
I highly
Come
recommend it.
on over,
Super fun.
baby.
And honestly, if you get the chance,
Come on over.
watch or not watch. Listen to all the 31 Days of Horror. It was a great
Oh,
series.
yes.
Thank
Very,
you.
very
Those are
tremendous feat.
Yeah, I took
Yeah,
advantage of
seriously.
quarantine and I recorded
Yeah.
the whole time.
That's good.
Thanks,
Oh.
man. Thanks. Thanks for having me, guys. That was so much fun. Please bring me
Oh.
back for Jack Black.
Oh,
I'm
we
so
will.
excited we
Jack
figured
Black
this
Month,
out.
Here we
Yes.
come. Stay
Yes.
tuned.
We don't know
tuned.
when.
In the meantime, please follow us on Haven't Seen a Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, or Instagram and Facebook, haven't_seen_it on Twitter, and our website, haven'tseenapodcast.com. There you'll find the entire list of movies Alenka hasn't seen. It's gigantic, always growing, and we're about to add some more Jack Black films to that, I think, right, Alenka?
Yes.
And give us a review. If you're on iTunes, that's probably the best
Yes.
place. Rate and review on iTunes. That's kind
5
of
stars.
that's the best. 5 stars. Or, you
Five
can
or
literally
five or five.
Yeah,
Five
you
or
can
five.
comment.
Don't give them options.
5. No,
No.
5.
Five or five.
And if you want to give us less than that, just DM me why and don't do it. Just tell me
Yeah,
personally
just
that
tell
you hate
me
us.
why.
I can
That's
take
why.
it. I'll take
I
it.
can
I don't think Alenka
take
can
it.
take it. I could take it.
I could take it. Probably.
Yeah. And keep listening. It's we're so great. We have such great guests
We're
coming
so
on.
great.
Sorry, we are so great. We have such
We're
great
so
guests.
grateful
I'm
to
feeling
have
both the
such-
hot chocolate and the mango drink. It's
Yeah.
bubbling up in my
We're
so I'm both getting
great.
sick and drunk. So that's what's going on here.
I'm so
But we have
sad
such
for your stomach.
great guests coming on for holiday month. Kicked it off with Tess, and she was fantastic. And we are excited for everyone else as well. So keep listening for a holiday movie month at the Haven't Seen a
Holiday.
Podcast.
Yes.
Oh, and last thing I should say, as you heard, we have another fantastic theme song created by the wonderful Zach Parsons. Follow him, Zach Parsons Music, and Instagram. You will not be disappointed.
I guess he's pretty talented.
Yeah.
We'll give him that. And you guys, on that note, have a skibbity good night.
Get out of my swamp.